Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Level Field here at the campus of Garrard County Middle School. A little high school soccer action tonight to kick off your weekend here. Great to be along. Great to have you guys along the network tonight as, again, we get ready for the Golden Lions as they host Southwestern out here on the pitch. Looking forward to the match. Look at me throwing out soccer terms already.
He's on fire.
On fire. And I've got Scott Bones Bolin and Dr. Caleb Grasham standing by to get you ready for everything you need to know and share their big knowledge of soccer here action on a Thursday night. Stand by. It's Garrard County at Southwestern coming up next on the Golden Lions Sports Network.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
Garrard County Athletics is proudly sponsored by the Bob Allen Motor Mall, Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, the Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers, the Hunt Insurance Agency, First Southern National Bank, Danville Office Equipment, Garrard County Health Department, Sutton Pharmacy, Farmers National Bank, Marksberry Farm, DocuBit, and Whitaker Bank.
Bob Allen is Danville's Dealmaker. Save more on Bob Allen's winning selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Shop on lot or online at boballenmotormall.com. Bob Allen is a proud supporter of Golden Lions football.
Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank understands family, tradition, community mean just a little bit more around here. You can see it and hear it, and that's why we take so much pride in what we do. Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, your hometown friends, your hometown bank.
Every fan knows the home team's responsibility is to protect the house. Protect the house. And while you're at it,
car and business, family and life. See what our home team can do for you. Hunt Insurance Agency.
2 locations, Lancaster and Lexington.
Are piles of paper cluttering your office? Old hard drives holding sensitive data? Let DocuBit come to the rescue. We're the trusted local experts in paper and hard drive destruction. Visit DocuBit.com for more information.
At Farmers National Bank, we understand the unique needs of our community, whether personal banking, business banking, or agriculture. We're here with you every step of the way, enhancing lives and empowering communities. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank.
Danville Office Equipment is proud to be the area's premier partner in providing office solutions and supplies. From businesses, schools, to home offices, we take pride in helping our neighbors be more productive. Danville Office Equipment, Danville, Lebanon, and Somerset.
Friendly service from people you know. That's Sutton Pharmacy. We offer prescription management, preventative vaccinations, even local delivery. Just a few of the ways we work to keep our hometown healthy. Caring for our community, one patient at a time. That's Sutton Pharmacy.
Hey, I'm Micah Wade. I'm a lender at First Southern National Bank in Lancaster. I'm excited to serve the Garrard County community. Good luck to all of our athletes this season. Go Lions.
Since 1967, Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers have helped folks with their farms, commercial property, auction needs, and of course, dream homes.
The Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers, no one sells it better.
Buy local, eat well at Marksberry Farm. From our restaurant, butcher shop to our wholesale meat sales, our passion for healthy food and environmental stewardship shows in everything we do. Come taste for yourself or shop online. See our story at marksberryfarm.com.
Get to know your Garrard County Health Department. We are so much more than just clinical services. From health education, referrals, environmental health testing, emergency preparedness, and our HANDS program helps parents nurture healthy children, ensuring a healthy community. Learn more at garrardhealth.org.
We are
your friends and neighbors.
We live,
work,
and play here.
We offer modern banking
with personal service
you've come to know.
We are
Whitaker Bank.
We are GC.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to tonight's soccer action as the Garrard County Golden Lions men's soccer team here at Level Field is going to play host to the Southwestern Warriors out of Somerset as they have made the trip up 27 tonight. As we have Jeff Jacobs, Dr. Caleb Gresham, and Scott Boland bring you all the action along with some special guests tonight, as we don't want to bore you with our lack of soccer knowledge.
Speak for yourself.
We want to make sure, as Jeff has already thrown out, that we're here at the pitch tonight for tonight's soccer match. I've got that, man.
2 for 2.
I've got that. I know we're having 2 halves and we're not having quarters, but folks, we're excited to be here tonight as the Garrard County Golden Lions are 5-2 on the young season, as they are 3-1 in the region and have beaten Lincoln County 3-2 to be 1-0 in the district. Southwestern comes into tonight's action 1-8 as 0-4 in the region and 0-2 in the district. And don't let that record fool you, folks. This is a really good Southwestern team. Played some nice competition. This is a game that we're going to have to play and be on our top game to win. And no doubt that Coach Miles has this team ready to play and ready to go. Coach, when we get to our Marks Berry memory moment, we normally have some really detailed things that's going to come out. But today we're going to talk a little bit about something different. As tonight we are on Level Field here on the campus of Lancaster Elementary between the Garrard County for Dye House Stadium and Lancaster Elementary. And, Coach, going way back, this was Level Field years and years ago, and it kind of had gotten lost in the shuffle over the years because we had changed things around. And fortunately, we were fortunate enough, it was brought to our attention that this was Level Field, and we really didn't know it. And so now it is now Level Field again. Well, it's not, it's always been, but now we are recognizing it as we have a wonderful sign up here. And Coach, talk us through the process that got us to where we are, to where we were able to re-recognize this is Level Field.
So, you know, an absolutely really neat and unique Marksbury Farm memory moment here as we start our soccer match here tonight. Probably about midsummer, maybe even early spring. Mr. Joe Level, which is just a valued member of our society. I mean, man, Joe and the Level family are just salt of the earth people, really contributed a lot to Garrard County over the years. He came up and actually saw myself and Dr. Stoll, and he kind of has some deeds and he has some information. And basically the story was Mr. Level in the early 1900s, and it's not Joe's great-great-grandfather. I think it's his great-great-great-uncle. But Mr. Level was a wealthy individual. And when you read up on him, man, he gave so much to this community, really supported kids, supported the youth programs, supported really just Lancaster and Garrard County in whole. So when Mr. Level unfortunately passed away, he basically deeded an amount of money that at this moment would be $1.5 million. Wow. Which is a significant contribution.
That's right.
And folks, Lancaster Elementary School is actually still have money in this account 110, 15 years ago.
That's right. Isn't that crazy?
Just what a gift that Mr. Level was able to provide for Lancaster School. So basically, you know, we got to work. We got on our friend Daniel Hopkins, and Daniel basically provided a lot of information. And up until the merger in 1964, every newspaper article we found, it referenced this as Level Field. And I think what happened was after the merger occurred, they moved the football field down to Dye House Stadium. And then, you know, for a long period of time, this field, you know, this really didn't, this kind of sit dormant, so to speak, until the soccer program, the inception of the soccer program. So I think just sometime during those years, it kind of got forgotten about, kind of left behind with Level Field. So when Mr. Joe Level approached us, we researched it. Our Board of Education was so excited to say, yes, let's honor our history, let's honor our tradition, and just as a small token of our appreciation to the Level family, we proudly put up that Level Field sign.
And it's fantastic. And like I said, Coach, back when I was young, we would play on this field as they had some Little League activities and different things, and we would practice here and never knew that it was Level Field. And so when we just started discussing this, when Mr. Level brought it to our attention, man, it was awesome. And, you know, you and I are very much Garrard County historians, as we like this kind of thing. And,
love it.
This is our past, and this is our heritage, and we really like this kind of stuff. So So many thanks to the Level family and all the wonderful things. And over the years and 100 and X amount of years later, we still have the opportunity to recognize this as Level Field.
It's a legacy.
It's a legacy.
I mean, that is
without
the
a doubt.
definition of leaving a legacy, leaving something better than what you found it.
Absolutely. Amanda Lear checks in, says JV had a great win, pulled out the
go.
win tonight. Now varsity to do the same. Good luck to the Golden Lions. Folks, we're going to go ahead and take our first break because this is the Golden Lions Sports Network here at the Countryside BP Studios on the campus of Lancaster Elementary at Level Field. We'll be right back for tonight's soccer action.
Bob Allen is Danville's Dealmaker. Save more on Bob Allen's winning selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Shop on lot or online at boballenmotormall.com. Bob Allen is a proud supporter of Golden Lions football.
Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank understands family, tradition, community mean just a little bit more around here. You can see it and hear it, and that's why we take so much pride in what we do. Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, your hometown friends, your hometown bank.
Every fan knows the home team's responsibility is to protect the house. Protect the house. And while you're at it,
car and business, family and life. See what our home team can do for you. Hunt Insurance Agency.
2 locations, Lancaster and Lexington.
Are piles of paper cluttering your office? Old hard drives holding sensitive data? Let DocuBit come to the rescue. We're the trusted local experts in paper and hard drive destruction. Visit docubit.com for more information.
At Farmers National Bank, we understand the unique needs of our community, whether personal banking, business banking, or agriculture. We're here with you every step of the way, enhancing lives and empowering communities. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank.
Danville Office Equipment is proud to be the area's premier partner in providing office solutions and supplies. From businesses, schools, to home offices, we take pride in helping our neighbors be more productive. Danville Office Equipment, Danville, Lebanon, and Somerset.
Friendly service from people you know. That's Sutton Pharmacy. We offer prescription management, preventative vaccinations, even local delivery. Just a few of the ways we work to keep our hometown healthy. Caring for our community, one patient at a time. That's Sutton Pharmacy.
Hey, I'm Micah Wade. I'm a lender at First Southern National Bank in Lancaster. I'm excited to serve the Garrard County community. Good luck to all of our athletes this season. Go Lions.
Since 1967, Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers have helped folks with their farms, commercial property, auction needs, and of course, dream homes.
The Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers. No one sells it better.
Buy local, eat well at Mark's Berry Farm. From our restaurant, butcher shop to our wholesale meat sales, our passion for healthy food and environmental stewardship shows in everything we do. Come taste for yourself or shop online. See our story at marksberryfarm.com.
Get to know your Garrard County Health Department. We are so much more than just clinical services. From health education, referrals, environmental health testing, emergency preparedness, and our HANDS program helps parents nurture healthy children, ensuring a healthy community. Learn more at garretthealth.org.
We are
your friends and neighbors.
We live,
work,
and play here.
We offer modern banking.
With personal service
you've come to know.
We are
Whitaker Bank.
We are GC.
And welcome back, folks, here at Level Field, as tonight the Garrard County Golden Lions soccer team is playing host to Southwest Pulaski Soccer, as this is a 12th region battle. Time for our Bob Allen Motor Mall pregame show. And, Coach, let's get right to it. Let's talk about Farmers Bank X's and O's, the coach's interview. We're going to play it later, but you had the chance to sit down and talk to head coach Jackson Smith.
Yeah, and before we get to that, I want to give a shout-out to my aunt, Diane Smith.
Yes.
To my uncle, Charlie Smith. Charlie's having some medical issues. So, man, Charlie, I love you, buddy. Keep fighting. Keep getting better. Diane is like a mom to me. So, Diane has taken care of me and just loved me my whole life. So, guys, I love you guys. Y'all, Charlie, hang in there, my friend.
Praying for you guys. Yeah. And thanks for tuning in and cheering on the Golden Lions tonight. And, Coach, let's roll roll into this just a little bit about what Coach Moss had to say.
Yeah, so Farmers Bank X's and O's coach's interview. I had the chance to sit down with Coach Moss earlier today, and like I said, we're going to hear that at the beginning of the second half. But I'll be honest with you, Coach Moss basically replicated what you said leading into this game. He was basically saying you cannot look at their record, the Southwestern's record, and allow it to dictate how you perform tonight and how you show up to the game and how you mentally prepare. He was really big into that mental preparation for this team tonight. And one of the things that you'll hear from our two student interviews with Jefferson, Morgan, and Jay Moore was, just 2 years ago, the soccer program was struggling.
Right.
And, man, these kids and these coaches have worked their tails off and having just a phenomenally successful season. But, one of the hardest things to do is sustain success.
Right.
It's kind of like, it's hard to get to the mountain. It's even harder to stay at the mountain. So, tonight I think is a really pivotal game or a match for the Golden Lions because you're coming into this match with an opponent, that you should be okay, but you've got to respect the game, respect the opponent, come out here and take care of business.
Speaking of somebody that's at the top of the mountain in all things is Roy Gambrell.
Oh,
as
Officer
he's
Roy.
Checked in tonight from London, Kentucky, as he says, man, he's ready. If I'm not mistaken, now I'm going to have to go back way back in my Roy Gambrell history here. I think he was a soccer player.
What do you think? What position you think you played?
Bob Allen is.
Well, goalie's the only one I know, offense and defense. But anyway, I think Roy or Officer Gambrell, you'll have to shoot me a text and let me know. But I think you were a soccer player. If not, we're going to pretend like you were. Coach, again, this is one of the games. It's very important, 12th region battle, and we're looking forward to it. And it's going to be an unbelievably great battle, a lot better of a battle than it is for me to say that. And, folks, we're going to take one more break, and we'll be back here on the Golden Lion Sports Network. This is Golden Lion Sports Network Soccer. I got it right. We'll be right back.
Bob Allen is Danville's Dealmaker. Save more on Bob Allen's winning selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Shop on lot or online at boballenmotormall.com. Bob Allen is a proud supporter of Golden Lions football.
Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank understands family, tradition, community mean just a little bit more around here. You can see it and hear it, and that's why we take so much pride in what we do. Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, your hometown friends, your hometown bank.
Every fan knows the home team's responsibility is to protect the house. Protect the house. And while you're at it,
car and business, family and life. See what our home team can do for you. Hunt Insurance Agency.
2 locations, Lancaster and Lexington.
Are piles of paper cluttering your office? Old hard drives holding sensitive data? Let DocuBit come to the rescue. We're the trusted local experts in paper and hard drive destruction. Visit docubit.com for more information.
At Farmers National Bank, we understand the unique needs of our community, whether personal banking, business banking, or agriculture. We're here with you every step of the way, enhancing lives and empowering communities. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank.
Danville Office Equipment is proud to be the area's premier partner in providing office solutions and supplies. From businesses, schools, to home offices, we take pride in helping our neighbors be more productive. Danville Office Equipment, Danville, Lebanon, and Somerset.
Friendly service from people you know. That's Sutton Pharmacy. We offer prescription management, preventative vaccinations, even local delivery. Just a few of the ways we work to keep our hometown healthy. Caring for our community, one patient at a time. That's Sutton Pharmacy.
Hey, I'm Micah Wade. I'm a lender at First Southern National Bank in Lancaster. I'm excited to serve the Garrard County community. Good luck to all of our athletes this season. Go Lions.
Since 1967, Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers have helped folks with their farms, commercial property, auction needs, and of course, dream homes.
The Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers. No one sells it better.
Buy local, eat well at Marksberry Farm. From our restaurant, butcher shop to our wholesale meat sales, our passion for healthy food and environmental stewardship shows in everything we do. Come taste for yourself or shop online. See our story at marksberryfarm.com.
Get to know your Garrard County Health Department. We are so much more than just clinical services. From health education, referrals, environmental health testing, emergency preparedness, and our HANDS program helps parents nurture healthy children, ensuring a healthy community. Learn more at garrardhealth.org.
We are
your friends and neighbors.
We live,
work,
and play here.
We offer modern banking.
With personal service
you've come to know.
We are
Whitaker Bank.
We are GC.
And welcome back, folks, as we are just minutes away from start of tonight's soccer match between the Garrard County Golden Lions and the Southwestern Warriors.
Jeff, can you get a picture of McKinley Daly with the American flag to your left?
Hang on.
I mean, I absolutely love this.
That's McKinley Daly.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
I actually thought that was Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, my
He was
gosh.
standing down there.
McKinley Daly is the man, ladies and gentlemen.
That's like a that is a picture of American.
My goodness.
Just
it makes you proud of America.
It makes you proud of America. Kind of. That's a lot like the Statue of Liberty right there if you're looking at McKinley Daly holding the flag. Folks, we're going to stay right here through the national anthem as McKinley Daly is holding the flag and the teams are out on the pitch ready.
So Roy Gambrill has chimed back in. He said he played midfield.
Midfield. Yeah.
So can you explain to the listeners what midfield does?
I'm trying to break it down to where you guys can understand it, so not too complex, but it's kind of in the middle, and there's a field. And in the field, they normally find right in the middle, and that's kind of midfield.
Yeah,
so
they
stay in that area, with the lack of going into real technical details. It's kind of just middle.
So the Honey Insurance keys to the game, what does our midfielders have to do for the Lions to come up with a win tonight?
Midfielders have got to be very, very cognizant of what's going on around them because things happen on the both sides.
And defense.
Well, they happen on both sides of the mid, right? And so if you're in the midfield, it happens to your left and right, offense and defense. You got to be cognizant. Midfield, man, you got to keep your head on a swivel. That's what I always tell them.
Now, the kids say mid is average.
Yeah, it's
right?
average, but no, not here.
Not
here.
Not on the soccer pitch,
midfield.
Right?
Midfield's where it's
It's
at.
not mid. It's just midfield.
Yeah,
that makes sense to me, Scott. Every bit of it.
So, I mean, I could go really technical, Jeff, but I don't like to. But that's,
keep everybody along.
That's where that's where all your eyes have to stay right there is midfield. So back to the national anthem as Jeff Moss is going through the starting lineups here for both the Warriors and the Golden Lions. And Coach, as you can already tell, I know zero about soccer, but they have a tradition the way that they do things around here, and it's quite interesting. We'll talk about that here after we play the national anthem. But we're going to break here for national anthem. There you have it, folks, as that is paying tribute to our great country by the great patriot McKinley Daly holding the flag as he is out there.
If that don't get your juices going,
I tell you what, man,
nothing will.
It makes me want to get out there and play midfield.
Hey, listen, got to give my man Brian Young a shout out.
Let's do it. Absolutely.
Man, he took care of us today before
He's
this broadcast.
Us up.
He said it looked like we need a little energy.
We do,
right?
always.
And man, Brian has hooked us up with some kettle corn.
Well,
that's what big time game, big time energy, right?
Big energy. And so we
appreciate you, man.
We've got a couple of. There's a food truck right behind us.
Oh my goodness!
And then they have a Poppin' J's that's got some type of all kinds
kettle
of
corn
popcorn
and lemonade and.
Oh, it's fantastic.
You're right, Scott. In all seriousness, I mean, you're talking about a really neat atmosphere.
It really is.
Really good culture, for this, for the soccer match here tonight. And I'm going to tell you something. Just really proud of the effort that the soccer team has had so far this year, sitting at 5-2-2. One of the things we'll talk about, the Hunt Insurance keys of this game. One of the things that you're going to really hear with these player interviews, man, there's a bond of brotherhood with this team.
Yes, no doubt.
These young men love each other. They love playing with one another. You can just sense how much they really care about one another. And I'll be honest, we talk about this all the time. It's exactly what high school athletics is intended to be. Is to turn young men into great men and have character and integrity and just have all those things that makes these young men successful in their adult life.
So uniquely, Zach Daly starts most football games when we defer with a kickoff, and he started this game with a kick, so he's consistent. What about that? He doesn't kick it as far, and they're not trying to tackle him just yet like they do in football. But Garrett County in the Cardinal shorts with a Cardinal top and has gold stripes down the middle. As Southwest is in, looks like black shorts with a white top. As Garrett County goes on the attack and the ball goes out of bounds as Slade Skeen starts tonight in the goal for the Garrett County goal lines.
Garrett County's going to have their first corner kick.
Yep. Those are very complex, Coach. You go right up. So when they make a 90-degree angle over there, that's where they set it, and that's called the corner kick. And what they normally do from the corner kick is they kick it, and then they kick it. It's
an integral part of it.
It's an integral part. It's really complex. But Garrett, actually, all jokes, they try to kick it in there in the box somewhere. I don't understand all of the philosophy that goes into soccer, as you have already figured out.
I know it.
You'll figure it out
tonight.
But no, I do enjoy coming up when we had the opportunity to watch the girls play the other night, and we're going to do a girls game soon. Great stop there by Slade Skeen. As Slade's got a good build. As he's in there.
Good looking kid.
It says that he's 6'1", 170, but I'm gonna throw the flag on that, as I think he's a little taller than 6'1", as he's long and very athletic.
Wow.
As Garrett County going again on, that's going to be just outside, as that was a shot on the goal by Russell Carrier.
I tell you, Russell Carrier showed a lot of speed. Going down the field, getting control of the ball, and then putting a lot of pressure on that Southwestern goal kick. When the ball goes out of bounds after a kick, if the goalkeeper don't kick it, it's a goalie kick in for the other opposing team.
Garrett County now just they're trying to space the field. And I've said this before. I've most of you know I've been associated with basketball for many years. Soccer and basketball is very similar from the standpoint of a lot about spacing, a lot about angles. It's a lot about making sure that as the ball is going to come in here right behind us, as Poppin' Jays is going to grab it behind us. But it's a lot about spacing, a lot about angles, and just making sure that you understand where your teammates are. And if you watch good soccer teams like you're seeing out here with Garrett County and Southwestern, you'll see a lot of that, and lots of kids that have been playing for many, many years.
Well, I tell you, my long time ago, I was a PE teacher.
Long time ago.
And one of the favorite units I ever taught was soccer, and it was for that very reason.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about so much about spatial awareness, spatial formations, and how one, kind of how one position lends itself to the other position.
Absolutely. Alex Young is defending there on the Southwestern Warriors. It looked like that was Riley Stinson that he was at, as Young is going to take it on the attack now in the middle of the field.
I tell you, Alex is a really nice player for Garrett County, a talented young man.
Very much so. Carrier with the ball on the far side of the field in front of Coach Moss. As soccer coaches always kind of crack me up, as they always look very calm, very cool, very collected. I was never like that coaching basketball. I was never quite. Coach Moss over there looks very calm and cool. He's ready to. Just looks like he can coach soccer, or he could give a lecture.
This is game on the pitch.
It's game on the pitch, man. Like, you got to have that. You got to have that game face. One of the things we're going to talk about, Coach, is I got some really strong opinions on some things tonight. So
I know one of them you're going to talk about.
I'm going to have to air grievances. But one of the things we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about the worst rules in all sports. So any sports you can think about, we're going to talk about the worst rules. And the reason I say that is one of the worst rules that I can ever think of, the first one is the 3 extra minutes that they put in football at halftime. That's the dumbest thing I've ever said.
Uh-oh.
I don't know why. The second worst rule, and I apologize apologize to any soccer fans out there that I'm about to step on your toes, but I think the offense, the offsides, is a terrible rule. And I know the soccer folks, they like that because it kind of keeps the score down. But never been a big fan. We'll have Mayor talk to us a little bit about as Mayor Michael Gaffney is going to pull in here and sit down and talk to us on the mic. As coach, I'm sitting here. I'm starting to air some grievances about just sports in general and some rules that I really dislike. First off, Michael Gaffney here is a mayor of Lancaster, but also well known as one of the soccer stars that came through here back in the day. Michael, when was this exact? I don't remember. You and Micah and all them. When were y'all playing? 2000.
So I graduated in 2003. So my last season here on the pitch was 2002.
Now the pitch is the field. See, I learned that.
The pitch is the field.
I learned that. See, I'm getting there. I'm more advanced than I used to be. But here's my grievance that I'm airing. I am not a fan of the offsides call. I think it. Tell me as a soccer person. So explain to me why is that? Why are you limiting the people that are very athletic and can get down there and score? And that's why I guess you see a lot of these scores are very, very low scoring, 1-0, 2-1 type of thing. What's your take on the offsides penalty?
So for somebody as myself that wasn't the fastest cat back in the day, I seen it as an advantage.
I can see that.
From a defensive standpoint, you never want to have somebody behind your defensive line. So, any advantage you can get from a defense is definitely advantageous to your offense, because if you can have a quick turn around and get the ball down the field, then it's always a good time.
That's how I used to play basketball.
Well, I was going to say, basketball, it's called snowbird.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's the only way I'd score. I'd get him to throw it in there to me.
I quit playing basketball when I was a freshman in high school, but the years I played, I figured the only time you can score is when you're on the offensive end.
That's exactly right.
So I wanted to stay on the offensive end.
That's right. I seem to play harder on the offensive end for some reason. But Coach, going back, you guys were really good. We talked to Micah about this not too long ago. We were kind of discussing it, and I know Jacob Denny was on your team and different ones. Great save again.
Good job by
Slay Schemes. But tell us about your time as a soccer player. And soccer was not exactly just starting at Garrett County, but it hadn't been there for a long time.
So my senior year, when we played, a lot of that upcoming group that Coach Martin, who was on the sidelines this evening, coached, I believe they went 16-1 in 2005, I think. They were either 8th graders or freshmen, so I didn't get the opportunity to play with a lot of those when I was coming up. But as I was coming out, the program was starting to build, numbers were starting to improve, and we knew that middle school class back then was going to be something special, similar to like what we have now with this junior and senior class.
Right.
I mean, they're an exceptional group, probably one of the more talented classes we've had in Garrett County in a long time.
So, Michael, as a former player, kind of walk us through, kind of how proud it is to kind of see this team perform at such a high level this year.
Oh, this is amazing. Being a player all through Little League, middle school, high school, the expectation of the soccer program coming up when I played wasn't like what it is today. I mean, these kids are exceptional players, and they have some expectations set on them based on their level from last year, and I think they're definitely going to rise to the occasion and have something special this year.
So I know this is going to shock you, but I was not much of a soccer athlete.
I never would have guessed.
I know. I probably.
Hold on a second. Soccer athlete or athlete?
Well, either. I'm just going to loop them all in there to one. But here's the thing. I don't want to find out, so I'm going to ask you because I know you've experienced it. They kick this ball, and if the goalie kicks it or whoever kicks it, and it's 40 or 50 yards, and these jokers jump up there and hit it with their head. I mean, that can't feel good. Is there like a technique to make? Because it hurts my head to watch them, to watch them hit it with their forehead.
Yeah, there's definitely an art to heading the ball, and you definitely don't want to take it off the nose, and you don't want to take it off the top of the head.
I'm with you on both of those.
Sweet spot on the forehead, I guess you could say. And you hit it just right, and you don't feel a thing, and you keep on moving. You hit it just wrong, and it's a bad day for your brain.
So it's kind of like hitting an aluminum bat in baseball when it's cold. If you hit it just right, you're fine, but anywhere else, you're in bad shape.
And you know when that happens because you get that sweet ping.
Oh,
same thing when it comes to a soccer ball off the face. If it hits the wrong way, everybody's going to know it, and that's when you get the crowd going, ooh.
Well, that would be a ping if I hit it in my forehead, because you'd probably hear it like
I was going to say,
a cane.
We both have heads. It might have been made to head a soccer ball.
Now, if you're measuring on foreheads, I could have been all right on that. Now,
you could have been Pele.
That's
You could have been Pele.
I'm absolutely missing my calling, folks. Other than being fast and being agile with my feet, I had the forehead. That was a good thing.
Right?
And so Coach, I know with soccer, you guys have been really active in all the Little League programs. Soccer is one of the things my daughter's really experienced and really had a good time with it. And I know you guys have done a lot with different things. Kind of walk us through what's going on with the Little League program in the soccer world, and what you guys are implementing now.
Yeah, so when I first came on council, our youth soccer program was non-existent. So back when Kevin Crutchfield was the director, soccer came back. So I actually took over the program and was able to grow it pretty substantially over the first couple of years. And then we had a director change, and they continued to grow.
Wow, what a
over
play.
the last few years,
Slade Skeens again.
Our program has continued to grow both spring and fall, as well as our football program in the fall. Numbers are starting to trickle back up, which is great. But we're really trying to get kids involved, get parents involved, get first-time coaches to come out and running coaches clinics and things of that nature to really get the community around our Parks and Rec program.
So Michael, first year as mayor of Lancaster here. Talk to us about why it's so important for the mayor, the city, and the council to invest in the youth and offer them really cool opportunities.
Yeah, being a lifelong Garrard County, and I was born and raised here, went all through school here, played sports here, and one of the biggest reasons why I decided to run to begin with is we have a lot of kids that are talented, but for whatever reason, they don't go through our programs here. They may go to a neighboring county or whatever that may be for whatever reason. And I think if we start young, we get our players involved, we get our parents involved, and get them coaching. We invest in them when they're young. Then they're going to go to the middle school. They're going to go to the high school, and we're going to grow all of our programs, which at the end of the day is what we want. And I think that's one of the most important things we can do is invest in our youth. And it's one of my slogans was, help us build for the next generation. And I mean, that's all we have, right?
Right.
So
I love it.
If we don't do that, then, we're only one generation away from not being here.
No doubt. And the new field you guys invested in just out on Richmond Road, and it's fantastic.
Yep.
It's fantastic, and so it's really cool. And if you've not, folks, been involved, if you don't have kiddos that's involved, there's ways you can get involved. And so always, if you're ever interested in coaching or doing anything at the Little League level, please think about it and hang in there. Is it something that we would love to have you a part? As Greg Carey has jumped in and said, let's go GC, go Lions. I just saw his twin brother a minute ago that was just up here. So we're excited to be able to bring you this broadcast. And Coach, before you jump in there real quick, how cool would it have been to have something like this when you were playing?
Oh, my goodness.
Just to kind of video this, be able to go back and watch it. It would have been, I would say out on Little Dixie, you could have watched a lot of soccer out there, you and Art breaking it down.
So if we want to age me just a little bit, back in Little Dixie when I was coming up through middle and high school, we had the thing that a lot of these kids don't know. It's called dial-up. So to have a streaming service like this to where we can live stream these games, I mean, it is second to none when it comes to our athletics.
I love it.
Well, we talked a lot about Michael as a player. Michael served years as a coach.
He did
in the soccer program. So
I forgot about that.
This is an individual that does have a love for the soccer program at the high school, middle school, youth league, and has done a lot to kind of give back to this program.
So this is something to ask you from a soccer perspective. So as you know, probably everything goes well and the way it's supposed to. This will be our last year playing on level field with soccer. What is the difference in playing on a grass field? Which first and foremost, we have a phenomenal surface. As Chris Crutchfield, we bragged on him in all our home football games, but also in this soccer field, he does a phenomenal job with that as well. But what's the difference, Coach, in work in playing on a grass field as opposed to an artificial one, and which one do you prefer?
There's definitely a huge difference when it comes to soccer. My preference is the grass field because that's what I grew up playing on. Very few times did I ever play on a turf field. Even the year I played at Campbellsville, we played on, I think, one turf surface, and the ball feels different. Your footing is different depending on the type of turf. If it's got rubberized surface underneath, it makes a big difference on your touch. And for guys that rely on their touch that may not be the fastest on the team, it definitely can be both an advantage or a detriment depending on which surface you're playing on.
And it looks like to me, like when you watch baseball or when you watch soccer, that it's a little quicker, so it skids off of there. It's not, just a little bit, and it doesn't take much to get to that part. Here's somebody that's a big fan of the mayor, and Mike Bolin checking in tonight from Maplewood Drive.
The bowling cafe was lit today. It was
on point as he's watching. As fortunately he knows about as much soccer as I do. That is for sure.
Giving us some pointers today.
Yeah, we could definitely give some pointers. As Tucker Vaugh's checking in there. Speaking of former soccer stars, that's back in your day.
Me and Tucker actually went to school all through school together. We played on this pitch together. We graduated together. And unlike me, Tucker Vault had the speed. I did not. So I will give that to him.
Heck of an athlete.
Now, here's another thing. And Tucker, cover your ears. I don't want you to hear this, but Tucker would knock you down. He was rough for the corn cob.
He would definitely be contributing to the Bob Allen motor mile takedowns.
100%. Yeah. So we normally have Bob Allen motor mile first downs in football. So tonight we're going to have Bob Allen motor mile takedowns. And for Tucker Vault. Tucker Vault would have been perfect. No, Tucker was a good athlete. He was a really good baseball player too, way back in the day. Also joining in here is Mary Davis. Mary, one of our fantastic board members, and she says, "Let's go GC."
Well, and we talked a lot about in the pregame about the board's dedication and commitment to want to bring back the level field 100%. Side here. So really appreciate everything that Miss Davis does for our schools.
A lot of heading going on down there, Michael. I don't know what just happened, but
shot on goal.
Goal.
We've had 2 shot on goals right there.
Well, I mean, I was going to say that, but
you're just testing me, right?
I just testing you, make sure you're paying attention. But yeah, so it's got to be really cool just to be able to see the not only how the program has grown, but just the opportunities that these kids have now, and what you had back in the day, and it was still fantastic, but nothing like we're getting to see, and then nothing probably what it'll be like when your kids get through here.
That's right. Yeah, I still remember back my freshman year of high school, we were out here and we spent many practices actually picking up rocks off the soccer field and running that hill over there. I see it and I cringe.
Still have nightmares.
My 10-year-old actually got to experience that hill today during cross country, and he said, "Daddy, I never want to do it again."
Exactly right.
But he will have many more days of that as long as he's around the middle school and moving forward.
Yeah, the football team, they still take advantage of it, as does the soccer team. And, I think it's always unique because you have these ball boys, right? And it's pretty easy to be the ball boy here if you're on the side of the stands or the side we're on. But it's not very easy if you're on the football side because it takes off down that hill, and I do not want to be on that side.
So, Michael, what are some other things going on with the city right now in terms of, kind of some of the scope of the work, kind of some of the things that are being done across the city?
While we have a huge investment in our youth program and growing that, we're also working hard to invest in our infrastructure. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of talk that things may come in the years to come from a bypass to different stuff. You all see Dairy Queens going up. We have a large development out across from McDonald's, the distillery that's coming up. That's going to employ a lot of people.
That's right.
And at the end of the day, from my office perspective, the more jobs we can put into our community, the more kids we can have in our community, and the more prosperous we're going to be. So that's what we're working hard day in and day out on, is really growing our community from the ground up and putting jobs here that people can be proud of.
Well, I'll tell you, you're 25 for me being in Garrard County. I am a Garrard Countyan.
That's right.
And so, the 25 years, I think, offers a little bit of perspective. And I'm going to tell you, I don't think you can argue the last 5 to 7 years, there's been a lot of growth in Lancaster. There's been a lot of growth, in the county. You've seen a lot of businesses kind of pop up in the last 3-5 years. And like you said, on the precipice of this bypass potentially kind of coming in and kind of taking advantage of a lot of opportunities. I've said this before, but I still think it's true right now. Man, there's never been a better time to be at Garrett County.
100%.
I think our city has great leadership. I think the county's got great leadership. I think our school district has great leadership. Whatever we can do to kind of get those three entities to kind of be in cohesion towards one another for the good of people in Garrett County.
And like you said, it is a wonderful time. Taking it back, I know you guys weren't totally in charge, but just for instance, the Heritage Festival we just had a couple weeks ago.
Goodness.
How awesome was that? I know Leonard Harrison and the Chamber was involved, and you guys were involved, and it had everybody working together. And to be quite honest with you, Michael, Mayor, it took me back to the days where it was kind of booming,
Oh, yeah.
And it was really cool. And I know you guys had a lot of things you had to do where there's some parts of the roads that were shut down, but it was so cool to see all of these folks, not only all the folks from Garrett County that were here, but lots of folks coming in, and new faces, and it was really cool, and it did my heart well to get to see that.
Yeah, we had vendors from all over. We had people that were recognized from multiple counties away, and I mean, we had thousands of people that just kind of embarked on Lancaster, Kentucky during that festival, and it was one of the largest ones that I've seen. I mean, head and shoulders bigger than last year.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's going to continue to grow, and we had just a few hiccups with some of the road closures, but for the most part, it was for the safety of everyone that was coming into Lancaster. And I think everybody, at the end of the day, I mean, it was definitely well received and just awesome to see that many people here in our town.
Well, I'll give you for instance, for me, I was able to take, to show my 11-year-old what it was like when I was young. And this is one of the few things that I could actually go back and say as this is, this was what it was like when I was growing up. And it was really cool. It was a lot of fun, and I appreciate you and all those with the Chamber and Leonard Harrison, again, all those folks. It was fantastic, and appreciate everybody's work. As Garrett County still 0-0 here on the pitch, 19 minutes. And here's another rule I don't like, Coach. Why it could go to 0 and it won't be over? Like, everybody keeps playing. Like, what do we not even need a time up there?
The official time.
I mean, it goes.
The official has the official.
Yeah,
time.
but the official needs to look up there. The official time needs to be up there. They have a scoreboard. Why do we do that? I don't understand.
Scott, you ask questions we cannot answer.
I know.
So I'll tell you this. One of the things that I've really noticed so far in the first 22 minutes here in the first half, Urban Group scoreboard has Garrard 0, Southwestern 0 here, is, man, how physical Garrett County's defenders are. I mean, Caleb Mead is flat out getting it done on the defensive end for Garrett County.
So you beat me to it. I was about to say that about Caleb, because Caleb was a Camp Dick Robinson Bobcat back in the day. Caleb has grown. Not only has grown, he's filled out into a dude. I mean, he's a dude.
Yes, he has.
And he's physical and does a great job. And you look back there, you've also got Matthew Sloan. That's a good-looking kid. And then Coach Martin's son is out there. And
Jose Navarro.
Jose Navarro. I mean, we've got some good-looking dudes. And then on the offensive end, you look down and you obviously got Zach
Daly.
Zach Daly. I was looking at somebody else. You got Zach Daly that's
Russell
down there.
Carrier.
And all of these guys can
Alex
play.
Young, yeah.
I mean, all these guys can play. And so what, Michael, tell us a little bit. You probably don't follow it as close as you did when you played, but throughout the region, who are some of the perennial teams that you're always looking for and just kind of keeping an eye on, knowing that if you want to win the region, you got to go through them?
Yeah, you're definitely, I mean, our neighbors right across the way over here, I mean, you're always going to have to battle Danville. You're always going to have to battle Bull County.
45th District's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It is, and even the region has spread out pretty well over the last 5 to 10 years, and you got Somerset's up and coming.
They've got the best record in the region right now.
They do. I mean, these Pulaski County schools, I mean, night in and night out, I mean, they're going to give you a game regardless of which school it is. So any given year, I mean, it can be a hard fought match, and you've got your West and East Jessamine as well. I mean, any given year, it's there's a few up there that you always know it's going to be a gauntlet when you face them.
And Coach, if I'm not mistaken, don't we host the region or the district this year, girls?
Yeah.
So we host the girls district this year, which will be more information coming on that. Without that,
oh my goodness,
a header right into it. That was Seagraves, I think. That was Mason Seagraves with the opportunity. It just flies a little bit too high. as I know we keep stats on everything, but do they keep stats on as far as, like in football, you have time of possession. Is there a time of possession stat they keep here for soccer that you all pay attention to as a coach?
I know when I was coaching, the last year I coached up here with Coach Klusner, the senior class now, a few of those were freshmen the last year I coached. We didn't keep time of possession ourselves, but there was some individuals that would video and things like that. So I'm sure McKinley Daly or someone like that may have that information.
Well, it just makes sense. It's one of those deals that you look at.
I was watching one of the premier games before the Notre Dame game a couple of weeks ago, and West Ham won the game. And one of the most fascinating stats I've ever seen, the opponent actually possessed the ball, I think, 85% of the game.
Wow.
And West Ham only had 11 kicks on goal but got 3 goals versus their opponent that had like 30-some kicks on goal and only had 1 goal. So it's just an unbelievable stat.
Coach Gresham had the opportunity, and Dr. Stoll went to a FC Cincinnati game and was talking about and we talked to Mr. Young. Talked to Mr. Young about this a little bit, about how their atmospheres are just so cool. And have you ever had the opportunity to do something like that, Mayor, or even go to a college game to see those types of atmospheres?
Oh yeah, once you get into the college atmosphere, especially when you get into Division I, Division II, things of that nature, I mean it really picks up on the excitement level. I mean the fans are crazy when it comes to those type of games. I mean they scream from the time it starts to the time it finishes and then some.
I love how physical this game is.
I know. No, they are.
I mean, man, I tell you, number 18, Martinez for Garrard County just literally took the ball away from the Southwestern play. I just love the physicality of it there. So, I agree, Michael. I mean, I've been in a lot of sporting events, and I'll be honest, I've never been in an event where the crowd was more in sync with the game than the FC Cincinnati match.
And it's pretty cool. I'd like to see that, without a doubt. Shot on goal again, Sales. I mean, I don't know, they've probably had 3 or 4 shots on goal. I feel like we've had probably 10.
Oh, I agree. We have definitely possessed the ball more than Southwestern has in the first half.
And that's one of the reasons I was asking, because it seems like for the majority of the time the ball's been down on our offensive end.
You keep it down here long enough, something's
good's going to happen, right?
That's right.
Eventually. And here's another thing that you notice is, there's, like Coach was talking about it being very, very physical, but there is times when it's physical when that ball's in the air and they're jockeying for position. Man. I mean, you don't want to be in the wrong place, wrong time.
And, these guys don't have pads on. They don't have shoulder pads and helmets and knee pads and thigh pads and things like that.
That's way over my head.
They have some very small shin guards that doesn't really cover anything. And some
no
socks.
kidding.
And that's about it.
And if you've ever been kicked right in the shin, my goodness, there's a level of pain.
Man,
it's almost like going to our phlebotomy lab and volunteering.
You know what you need to do, Mayor? Here's what you need to do. All your people in your office, whenever you get a chance, when we start sticking for phlebotomy, you need to come down there, because it is a really cool thing to watch our kiddos do that. But that way I won't have to get stuck.
Hey, you know what? If you're first in line, I'll be right behind you. I will be
Scott
second.
does volunteer.
I do, but I am drugged down there kicking and screaming.
Now, do you watch the needle when it goes in, Mayor, or do you not?
It depends on how big the needle is.
There ain't no watching the needle for me.
Scott typically has to go to the chiropractor.
Yeah, I don't care if it's
folks, we got a penalty kick.
We got a penalty kick. Now, what happened here, Mayor? Talk me through this.
I know what happened.
Okay, well, I do not.
It's a handball by Southwestern, so it's a penalty that's in the goal box.
That's right.
So it's going to be a shot on goal by Zach Daly, a penalty kick.
Get your goal ready, Scott Bowler.
I'm ready. I'm going to take my shirt off. Oh, what a great save. What a great save by the keeper. And I'm not exactly sure, because the keepers don't have numbers. So you can't really the goalkeeper, I guess, is Shooter Sharp. What a great name.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, listen, so here's the only thing.
That's nothing like Bones Bowling.
No. But here's the thing. If your name is Shooter Sharp, you can't be a goalie. Right? I mean, because shooters shoot. I mean you got to be out here. That's true. I guess you could, when you get done, you could do your little shooting thing. But it's one of those deals where, if your name is Shooter, you got to be out there and be ready to go. You got to be ready to play.
That's right, and that shooter was ready to block that shot.
It was fantastic. He laid out.
And that is one of the hardest, when it comes to soccer, goalkeeper is one of the hardest positions. And I played it for Coach Martin for about a year and a half.
Oh, my goodness.
And I had my share of penalty kicks. Some went my way, some didn't go my way, but that is one of the hardest places to be in.
So were you in any of them that was like, when you had the penalty kicks, or not really, I just not call penalty kicks, into the game?
Yeah, PKs.
The
PKs that serve in the
so,
game.
So what do you do? Is you just trying to guess, or you try to get a read off of the offensive guy that's getting ready to kick it and see if they have any tails that you can that can give you a lean one way or the other?
So it's a little bit of all of that, right? So you try to look at their body language. Sometimes they'll line up directly behind the ball and come straight at you, but it's a last-second guess a lot of times. You just try to watch them and how their hips turn at the very end, and at the end of the day, I mean, you take a guess and go.
Well, and so it's funny you say that, because when I was watching, because I'm a big soccer guy, so I watch World Cup, and when you watch even the best, they don't kick it super hard, and it's all about just kind of deception, and trying to get that keeper to lean one way or the other, and then just kick it the opposite way. And that's what shocked me, is some of them did kick it really hard, but some of them was just strictly on their foot movement and trying to deceive that keeper. It was really, 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 really cool. Beverly Ray checks in, says, "Let's go, Garrett County."
Beverly Ray.
As she is a aunt to head coach Jackson Mall. Says it's still 0-0 here on your Urban Group scoreboard. Approximately 10 minutes and 25 seconds to go, but who really knows? We'll just kind of, whenever the horn blows, it could be over, it could not be over.
We don't have any Sutton Pharmacy scoring recaps just yet.
No score recaps for Sutton Pharmacy, but we'll get to that point.
Every Gold Line fan knows, whether it's game day or every day, the good folks at Countryside BP have exactly what you need. Gas, coffee, snacks for the big game. Stop in today at 25 Camp Dick Road to see our good friend Rocky.
Rocky, I went down and got some coffee from Rock on Wednesday, man. Rock's a man. I was hanging out at Camp Dick Robinson on Wednesday, and so we got to talk and chit-chat. And if you haven't had the chance to go down and meet Rocky and his fantastic family, man, what are you doing? You got to get down there, because they are fantastic. I know, Mayor, we appreciate you sitting in with us, but, we had Micah had talked about sitting in too, and you've had to go double duty here. He avoided us. I don't know if, he said.
He got camera shot.
Well, he said he had something going on, but I don't know. So you may have to ask him about that in a closed session, just to see why didn't you come.
If you can't get a councilman, you go for the mayor, right?
That's exactly right. All right, that's exactly. And so, Mayor, I know you got a lot of things on your plate, but one of the things I told Coach Gresham I was coming with some hard-hitting things tonight. And so one of the things, if I can bring it to you, okay. I'd like for you to put a ban on people putting pineapples on pizzas, if you can. That's one of the things. I don't understand why we do that. Are you a fan or are you not a fan? Because I'm not a fan.
I am.
I like pineapples.
I'm going to have to say no.
See, okay, good. Well, I'm glad.
I'm not a pineapple on pizza guy.
Whoever did that? I feel like it was one of those deals that we got a pizza and you're like, I have nothing to put on here but a pineapple. But we had that not too long ago, and I was like, well, how would you put a pineapple on a pizza? So I know there's people in Garrett County that are down there thinking right now, saying, man, I really wish that I didn't have to do that. But Garrett County continuing to have the ball on their side of the field and not being able to come out of there as Woods Martin is going to be able to run the soccer ball down.
So what else? What other errand grievances do we
I've got a lot of errand grievances. I don't like to do it too much with the mayor here because I don't want it to feel like. But here's one of the things I will ask you. So if you had the opportunity to be a superhero, and as far as I'm not naming the superhero, but if you had the one power, what would it be? Like what would you take and say, man, this would be really cool?
I would have to say, going back to my days playing sports.
That'd be pretty cool. Back in time?
Go back in time and see what my attributes weren't. I would have to say that I would want to be the fastest man alive.
There you go.
Or woman.
There you go.
That'd be good. I could just blow by anything I wanted to blow by. That would be amazing.
That would be all right. I'm 100% with you. I'm torn. I'm torn between invisibility and flying. I'm not sure which one. I don't really like heights, so I don't know.
Probably wouldn't be a good flyer.
No, I'm just more on time.
I've seen you on the plane before.
That's true.
Those knuckles got pretty tight on takeoff.
I'm goodness. It would really make me really nervous when you're going that way. Hey, our good friend Katie Rader saying in here said, "Let's go,
Katie.
GC."
Hey, Katie likes pineapple on her pizza. I guarantee you.
I asked Katie today, so was one of the things. I was sitting in there.
I knew she was smart.
I was sitting in there and I was really debating. Should I bring this up or not? Because I know it's very controversial. Great save by Skeens again. But it's one of those deals where you always got to worry about that kind of thing. And I appreciate you bringing it in front of it. And then our good friend Pat Alcorn
Mr.
chiming
GC.
in here. As Pat Alcorn is a phenomenal dude. I tell you, his son graduated last year, and it doesn't get any better, folks. As Ian Alcorn is, those of you guys probably already know Ian if you're around.
Great young man.
Garrett County sports or just Garrett County in general.
Yeah, Pat's a great guy,
but
great friend.
The Alcorn family is we're so thankful to have them here in Garrett County.
Pat, come see me at a tailgate, UK football game.
That's right.
You know, the bus will be in the parking lot for Saturday. We've got the UK bus going up.
Jeremy Bull
from
with
the
Lincoln
Cats
County.
Bus. Yeah, CATS. Katie, if you're still watching, make sure that Gunner knows that we gave Big Gunner a shout out.
That's
here.
right.
So, Gunner,
Gunner's
hope
the man.
everything's going well, my friend.
So Gunner is Katie and Robert's son, and he's 6 years old ish and going on about 30. So he's like talking to an old man when you sit there and talk. Now look, Michael or Mayor, going back to you see these guys again, and they'll have a kick, and you'll have 2 or 3 guys standing right in front of them there. Now is that more about blocking their ability to see, or is that B, like, what am I doing here? Like, if they kick it right at me, like, what's happening here? What are they trying to do there?
It could be both. And, sometimes you just want to try to disrupt play, right?
Right.
So, if you go back to football, you may have a lineman or something trying to come through the middle or something along those lines. And when it comes to soccer, the best thing that you can do as a defensive player is mess up a touch or mess up somebody's sight. So
right.
If you can do that, however you do that, then you've done your job in that play.
Yeah, it just seems dangerous to me. Like I
love it.
I don't want to sit there. As that was Jay Moore as he gave the little forearm shiver. Little forearm shiver. Miss Diane Hunt checking in says, "Let's go GC."
Diane Hunt.
So talking about people that had the firsthand knowledge of the lack of athletic ability that I had growing up. Miss Diane Hunt was.
She see it in PE.
She was able. She was a front row witness to
Mayor,
my
did you have Miss Hunt?
I sure did.
Oh,
I still remember doing some Tybo, I believe.
Tybo.
Yes, sir. Wow.
Yeah.
She burned us up.
Man, I tell you what, we used to have some big time. As Gunner checks in there, he says hello. As we knew he was listening in.
Gunner is the man.
He's the man, the myth, legend. 4 minutes to go here on your Urban Group scoreboard. It is tied up at 0. Garrett County has possessed the soccer ball for probably 75% of the game. It says there was just another forearm shiver as Alex Young just was going after that ball. As a strong kid, and we talk about these kids, Coach, and there's some kids that like contact, some kids that don't. It looks like all these kids don't mind it.
Yeah, they don't shy from it. There ain't no doubt about that.
As there goes Shooter again. I'm going to have to say he's going to change his name, but because Shooter, I want to be on the offensive end, but Shooter Sharp is the keeper for Southwest, and he has been everywhere tonight as Garrett County is continuing to put the pressure on Shooter.
At the Garrett County Health Department, family comes first. More than half of all U.S. infants benefit from WIC, Nutrition Assistance and Education. WIC, which stands for Women, Infants, and Children, is a supplemental food program that provides nutrition, counseling, and support for moms before and after birth, and children up to age 5. Want to know if you or your family could benefit and qualify? It's easy. Call the Garrett County Health Department today.
So like there, was that, did they call that, like, they look like to me it's a trip, right?
Yeah, it was from behind. Yes.
And so you can trip them, I mean, not obviously intentionally, but if you're coming in face-to-face and you have contact, it is what it is, but if you get them from behind, it's a...
Yeah, and some refs are a little more lenient than others. Is if you come in from the front or even from the side at times, but if you come in from the back and clip them, they're going to call it every time they see it.
And so is it a spot foul, like you just kick it from where
it is a spot foul.
Where it occurred?
What a kick.
What a kick that time. Kick. Who was that? Was that Jefferson Morgan?
That's called a free kick.
A free kick.
Yeah.
Now, I got to talk about Jefferson for a minute because, buddy, Jefferson was a Camp Dick kid, and look how big he is out there right now. Dude, he was just a small little guy, the nicest kid. He's still a great kid, very polite, just a phenomenal young man. But I can't get over just how big, he's grown into a dude. Like we said, we got a lot of dudes out here.
Yeah, there ain't no doubt. You wait till you hear this interview in the second half. I mean, he carries himself so well. His family's got to be proud of him. We're proud of him, man. He's a shining example of what Garrett County Schools wants to turn out in young men.
Another shot on goal that time. I couldn't tell. I think it was Zach Daly on that one. Was that Alex Young?
Yeah.
Can't really tell at times. as Caleb Mead in there mixing it up again.
Yeah, Caleb likes contact.
He does. He does not shy away from it. As a matter of,
he actually goes for it.
I was going to say, as a matter of fact, sometimes they initiate it.
Yes.
As
Man,
that
what a pass by Alachuk.
As we're going to have a shot here on goal. As I thought we were going to have a shot there on goal by Carrier as he spaces the ball again.
Over group scoreboard has 1 minute and 28 seconds left here. You gonna call it, Scott, before half? What do you think?
Well, I tell you, we're kind of just sizing them up. See, we're more of a second half team.
Yeah.
This goal down here, we do better at it. And all the stats I've seen, we're a lot better over there.
The angle of the
field. Well, we're going more into the
Yeah.
wind, and so see you can float it over top of the goalie's head. A lot of good things happen when you go into the wind, barometric pressure, that kind of thing. It's really big in soccer. If you got really big. There's got to be that's a crash.
There's a lot of wind
going
on here now. That's for
now,
sure.
why was there nothing there, Mayor? Because it looked like that was a
It looked
crash.
like they both were going in at the same time, so I don't think he had a good clean call on
So
that.
nothing malicious. We're both going for the ball.
Right.
Just kind of
It
is
looked
what
like
it
they
is.
just got tangled.
Yeah, both teams playing really hard.
They really do. They really do. Now, so in football, Coach Gresham or Dr. Gresham's a football coach and football player back in the day, and he's talked about the things that would happen at the bottom of a scrum when you're in there. Some of these things, it gets really physical. Is there some sweet nothings that's whispered to the other team at times? I mean, I'm sure it gets very very physical and very competitive out there at times.
Yeah, I would say when your sweet nothings come about is anytime you're in a wall situation where you have a direct kick or even an indirect kick that's probably within your 25-yard line of your goal when you're trying to protect your goalie. It can get a little interesting.
Oh, I'm
when you're in
sure.
that line.
And I'd say that, just like in any sport, there's times where there's certain players that you're just like, hey, when that guy comes, we're just going to have to. I mean, you better watch out.
That's right.
Well, folks, we are at halftime.
No added time.
No added time. I can't believe it. We'll be back here in a minute for the Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank report. But Coach, thank you, Mayor. Thank you for joining us.
appreciate you, fellas.
This is Michael
Yes, sir.
Gaffney, Mayor of Lancaster, soccer extraordinaire, and we appreciate him sitting in here with us and helping us through this first half. Folks, we'll be right back here in just a minute as you are listening to Golden Lions Sports Network here covering the Golden Lions men's soccer team here at Countryside BP Studios. We'll be right back with a halftime report.
Bob Allen is Danville's Dealmaker. Save more on Bob Allen's winning selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Shop on lot or online at boballenmotormall.com. Bob Allen is a proud supporter of Golden Lions football.
Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank understands family, tradition, community mean just a little bit more around here. You can see it and hear it. And that's why we take so much pride in what we do. Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank. Your hometown friends, your hometown bank.
Every fan knows the home team's responsibility is to protect the house. Protect the house. And while you're at it,
Car and business, family and life. See what our home team can do for you. Hunt Insurance Agency.
2 locations, Lancaster and Lexington.
Are piles of paper cluttering your office? Old hard drives holding sensitive data? Let DocuBit come to the rescue. We're the trusted local experts in paper and hard drive destruction. Visit docubit.com for more information.
At Farmers National Bank, we understand the unique needs of our community, whether personal banking, business banking, or agriculture. We're here with you every step of the way, enhancing lives and empowering communities. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank.
Danville Office Equipment is proud to be the area's premier partner in providing office solutions and supplies. From businesses, schools, to home offices, we take pride in helping our neighbors be more productive. Danville Office Equipment, Danville, Lebanon, and Somerset.
Friendly service from people you know. That's Sutton Pharmacy. We offer prescription management, preventative vaccinations, even local delivery. Just a few of the ways we work to keep our hometown healthy. Caring for our community, one patient at a time. That's Sutton Pharmacy.
Hey, I'm Micah Wade. I'm a lender at First Southern National Bank in Lancaster. I'm excited to serve the Garrard County community. Good luck to all of our athletes this season. Go Lions.
Since 1967, Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers have helped folks with their farms, commercial property, auction needs, and of course, dream homes.
The Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers. No one sells it better.
Buy local, eat well at Mark's Berry Farm. From our restaurant, butcher shop to our wholesale meat sales, our passion for healthy food and environmental stewardship shows in everything we do. Come taste for yourself or shop online. See our story at marksberryfarm.com.
Get to know your Garrard County Health Department. We are so much more than just clinical services. From health education, referrals, environmental health testing, emergency preparedness, and our HANDS program helps parents nurture healthy children, ensuring a healthy community. Learn more at garretthealth.org.
We are
your friends and neighbors.
We live,
work,
and play here.
We offer modern banking.
With personal service
you've come to know.
We are
Whitaker Bank.
We are GC.
And welcome back, folks, as we are at halftime. As this is Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank halftime report here on the campus of Lancaster Elementary at Level Field, as the Garrard County Golden Lions soccer team is all tied up with Southwestern Pulaski Warriors soccer team. And Coach, it was a very physical half. As we just talked to Jeff Moss as he came through here,
Honorable Judge
Moss, as he's the father of head coach Jackson Moss, and he was talking about it's very physical.
It really is. That's something we've definitely noticed sitting up here, kind of watching this first half, is just how physical the first half has been. So I definitely think, one of the keys, the Hunt Insurance keys to the second half is going to be, how Garrard County responds to the physicality of this first half. Coach Moss and the coaching staff is over there kind of challenging the team, kind of fight pressure with pressure, fight through the contact, don't allow their physicality to kind of divert us from the game that we want to play.
As Judge Moss also made reference to, is, it's good to see these styles of games because you never know. Some teams are more finesse, some teams are more power, some teams are more physical. It just all depends, but you have to be prepared because when it comes down to that one game scenario, you got to be ready for anything.
Well, it's almost like a postseason game.
That's right.
Because what you just said is exactly right. When it gets to 45th district tournament time and every possession matters, life and death. If you advance or if you go home, the game gets a little bit tighter. The game gets a little bit more physical, and each possession counts just a little bit more. So I think this is a really good test, for this Golden Line team.
And again, we talked about Southwestern's record is not very good, but we also talked about they've played a very good schedule, as you're going to hear in a minute with Coach Moss when he talked to in the interview that you had. That doesn't mean much from this standpoint because this team is a good team. They've just came out on the wrong ends of a lot of the outcomes, but it doesn't mean that they can't play. And man, just watching them here defensively, Garrard County has possessed the soccer ball probably 70-75% of the time, but defensively they've played really well.
Yeah, there ain't no doubt. I mean, Southwestern's got some good athletes and has really challenged this Golden Line team here so far tonight.
So, folks, we're going to take one more break, and when we come back, there's going to have an interview that we had with Coach Moss as well as with two of our Golden Lion players, as we will let that run as we start the second half, but we'll break in if Garrard County is to score. But we want you to hear from head coach Jackson Moss and the two seniors as Dr. Gresham went out and was able to meet with the folks this afternoon. But we'll go ahead and take another break as this is Golden Lions Sports Network here covering the Garrard County Golden Lions soccer team here at the Countryside BP Studios. We'll be right back.
Bob Allen is Danville's Dealmaker. Save more on Bob Allen's winning selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Shop on lot or online at boballenmotormall.com. Bob Allen is a proud supporter of Golden Lions football.
Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank understands family, tradition, community mean just a little bit more around here. You can see it and hear it, and that's why we take so much pride in what we do. Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, your hometown friends, your hometown bank.
Every fan knows the home team's responsibility is to protect the house. Protect the house. And while you're at it,
car and business, family and life. See what our home team can do for you. Hunt Insurance Agency.
2 locations, Lancaster and Lexington.
Are piles of paper cluttering your office? Old hard drives holding sensitive data? Let DocuBit come to the rescue. We're the trusted local experts in paper and hard drive destruction. Visit DocuBit.com for more information.
At Farmers National Bank, we understand the unique needs of our community, whether personal banking, business banking, or agriculture. We're here with you every step of the way, enhancing lives and empowering communities. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank.
Danville Office Equipment is proud to be the area's premier partner in providing office solutions and supplies. From businesses, schools, to home offices, we take pride in helping our neighbors be more productive. Danville Office Equipment, Danville, Lebanon, and Somerset.
Friendly service from people you know. That's Sutton Pharmacy. We offer prescription management, preventative vaccinations, even local delivery. Just a few of the ways we work to keep our hometown healthy. Caring for our community, one patient at a time. That's Sutton Pharmacy.
Hey, I'm Micah Wade. I'm a lender at First Southern National Bank in Lancaster. I'm excited to serve the Garrard County community. Good luck to all of our athletes this season. Go Lions.
Since 1967, Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers have helped folks with their farms, commercial property, auction needs, and of course, dream homes.
The Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers. No one sells it better.
Buy local, eat well at Mark's Berry Farm. From our restaurant, butcher shop, to our wholesale meat sales, our passion for healthy food and environmental stewardship shows in everything we do. Come taste for yourself or shop online. See our story at marksberryfarm.com.
Get to know your Garrard County Health Department. We are so much more than just clinical services. From health education, referrals, environmental health testing, emergency preparedness, and our HANDS program helps parents nurture healthy children, ensuring a healthy community. Learn more at garrardhealth.org.
We are
Your friends and neighbors.
We live,
work,
and play here.
We offer modern banking.
With personal service
you've come to know.
We are
Whitaker Bank.
We are GC.
And welcome back, folks, here at Level Field on the campus of Lancaster Elementary, as Garrett County is all tied up at half with Southwest Pulaski Warriors 0-0 on your Urban Group scoreboard. And, Coach, excuse me, I just had a piece of popcorn.
Blame Brian Young.
Listen, Brian,
he brought all this kettle corn over here.
This kettle corn is phenomenal. I'm glad we don't have this on a daily basis. As it wouldn't be great. But
the doctor went.
You had the opportunity today to go out and to sit down with Coach Moss and with a couple players, and we're going to play that as we get going here.
And one of the things that Coach Moss, one of the things that you'll hear early on is, due to scheduling conflict, we didn't really get a chance to have boys soccer on our preseason preview. And so one of the things we wanted to do was kind of have an opportunity to kind of hear from Coach Moss and the players and kind of give them the opportunity to kind of talk about who they were and kind of introduce themselves to the Golden Line Sports Network.
Absolutely. As our producer, Jeff Jacobs, trying to get it keyed up here. We're going to be able to key it up?
Well, I don't know. I don't see it.
All right, we'll keep looking for it as it's about time to start the second half here as Garrett County will, Southwest will have the soccer ball here to start.
Let's see who this is. You want to?
Yeah, let's just see.
I don't know who this is going to be. Could be Coach Crutchfield.
Well, hopefully it's Coach Moss.
I'm here with head coach of the Garrett County Gold Lions, head coach Spencer Crutchfield.
Oh, that's the wrong one. So look, I can tell you.
To start the 2023 football season here at Lincoln County High School.
Of the people in Garrett County
against Greene County
that know probably less soccer about soccer, it's Spencer Crutchfield. I'm going to tell you. I probably know more soccer than Spencer Crutchfield. That may be it.
I got your back. I got your back.
I don't know where it went.
I would like to interview Spencer about soccer. That's what we need to figure out what's going on.
We'll keep working on it.
Garrett County
we might have some technical difficulties.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Garrett County on the offense. So, Coach, you're got your finger on the pulse of all things that is Garrett County soccer. What did Coach Moss tell them over there and Coach Martin at halftime?
Well, I definitely think it goes back to the physicality of this game. And it's one of those things I think, Garrett County's got to match the aggressive nature of Southwestern. They have to match the intensity of Southwestern. And they got to make sure that they overcome that and kind of play their game. We've seen Garrett County really space the ball well, be aggressive on the offensive end. And I'm sure Coach Moss and his staff really wants to see Garrett County take advantage of the kind of the majority of the possessions they've had in this game.
Jefferson Morgan trying to lay one out there for Jay Moore. As it's like in football, basketball, soccer, whatever. You always try to throw or kick the ball where the person's going, not where they're at that particular time. And so it is. There's a goal, man!
Gracious. Wow!
As Jefferson Moore had a shot on goal from about 40 feet.
I'm not so sure it went through the net.
Man, that was fantastic.
Oh my word!
I already had my shirt out. I was ready to pull it up over my head as we were going to scream goal as that sail's just high. I'd like to see the replay on that. We'll see it catching on SportsCenter as Garrett County still on the offensive as Zach Daly has it in the middle of the field as he's going to take one right at Shooter as it'll be kicked out of bounds.
So what's happening? What's going to come up here now?
So it's going to be a kick from the goal.
No.
Dang it.
From the
corner. Yeah, from the corner. Yeah, from the corner.
Yeah,
so here's
corner.
what went through my head. You know how that guy defensively kicked it out of bounds because he didn't have anything else to do with it. It reminded me of that punter from Middlesboro that threw it out of bounds on the first games. I'd never seen that before. But I'm a lot more of a professional now than I used to be. As swing and a miss there by one of the fellas inside as Garrett County is continuing to keep the pressure up. Oh, no, it hits the crossbar just at the top as Moore is going to try to kick it back in.
Garrett County has come out the second half and has really been aggressive. And I'm telling you, I think Garrett County has hit every bit of the white paint on the goal so far with a couple of shots on goal. And Coach Moss is applauding the effort, knowing that if Garrett County stays as aggressive as they've been this first 3 minutes of the second half, the shots are going to go in.
And again, we weren't in the huddle, but that is something I will guarantee you that Coach Moss and staff was very adamant about at halftime, was staying very aggressive, making sure that they keep the pressure on Southwest as they're doing a lot better job this time of moving the soccer ball than they did there in the first half. Is this going to be cleared out as defensively, that is Matthew Sloan for Garrett County back there with, looks like that is Woods Martin.
Man, what a perfect night.
Perfect night.
For an athletic contest.
Jefferson Morgan is going to clear it out there to Zach Daly again as he's going to throw one out in front.
Offside.
Offside. Terrible rule.
Yeah.
Terrible rule. I'll tell you what, the truth. People.
So, in all seriousness, the way that the offensive rule works in soccer, the defense really gets to dictate kind of where the offense can kind of start their offensive formation. Now, it don't matter once the ball gets in the air. It's just once that ball's in the air, the offense cannot be in front of the defense prior to the ball getting in the air.
And another rule, when they throw the ball in, like that's Clayton Whitworth, when they throw the ball in, they can't come off the ground. Do you know that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Got to have a foot.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird deal. Alex Young battling with Southwestern Warriors over there. He's going to center it back. Center it back to Morgan. Seagraves touches it to Daly. Daly is very skilled with his footwork. Morgan with another shot. It's going to be deflected. Good job by Shooter. Shooter Sharp, as we're going to think that's his. It's the only keeper that they have on the
name
on their roster. I love the name. Yeah, I just wish he wasn't playing goalie. Like, he'd be a lot better on offense. Gary County with the ball at midfield as Jay Moore is going to center it back to Morgan. Carrier with a shot out front. It's go! Whoa! What a fantastic job of moving the soccer ball that time by Garrett County. And was that Alex Young?
I believe that was Alex Young.
Was that Alex Young with the
goal?
What
a shot on
goal.
What
a great job there. Just offensively was so I know in hockey, in soccer.
Hold on, Coach. You've been talking about taking your shirt off.
Well, I couldn't. I don't want. I mean, there's too many people looking around here. It's cold.
You don't want to embarrass.
No,
anybody,
I don't
right?
want to embarrass anybody. So tell me this. I know in hockey, so in everything you have an assist, and you still have an assist here as well. But in hockey, you have a hockey assist where the pass goes to the pass that goes to the score. Do you have that here? Because that would have been Jefferson Morgan's hockey assist, but I can't remember if it's Zach Daly that laid out there. Anyway, Gary County leads in your Urban Group scoreboard 1-0 with 35 minutes to go.
And I tell you, we've talked about Gary County's started this second half, really aggressive, really wanting to kind of get back and exert, their ability to kind of be the dominant soccer team here tonight. Great job by the Gary County offensive players. course, putting a lot of pressure on the goalkeeper. Great job, Alex Young, cleaning that up and putting it in the net.
It was actually Russell Carrier was credited with that assist as it came from Morgan to Carrier to Young, was able to score for Garrard County to make it 1-0 here on your Urban Group scoreboard. Southwest Pulaski now with the soccer ball trying to go on the offensive. As here comes Carrier again. We talked about just how fast Carrier is.
Oh, man, he can fly.
He can absolutely move. Whitworth with the ball, centers it back inside. Carrier with the shot is going to be blocked by Jonathan Goldman. Ball will go out of bounds, and Garrard County will keep the possession.
So, folks, we had some technical difficulties with our coaches and players interviews. So what we're going to end up doing is one of our football games, home football games, we'll invite Coach Moss
absolutely.
and Jefferson Morgan and Jay Moore to kind of come up and kind of join us on the broadcast at halftime.
Yeah, that'll be fantastic. They'll have some hard-hitting questions I'm going to have for them that I'm sure will make them really nervous about, my soccer questions. As, here's another thing. I could have used these guys back in the day at Camp Dick when I was playing kickball. I mean, some of these guys, they can.
I'd want them on my team.
Man, no kidding. Yeah. They can flat out kick it. As Rebecca Logue says, man, what a hit. You're exactly right. It has been. We've got football tomorrow night at Somerset, but I'm not sure there'll be as many hard-hitting shots as we've seen here tonight.
Yeah, I'm probably going to hit that calzone pretty hard at Mellow Mushroom down Somerset tomorrow night.
Yeah, man, you ain't kidding. Yeah, that will be a lot of fun.
That's scary.
That will be a lot of fun.
But, hey, we are going to be live back on the Gold Line Sports Network here on Main Street Media TV. Preview show, our pregame will kind of start about 7 o'clock tomorrow night down in Somerset.
Now, it's not going to be as good as meals we have when we're at home now, is it?
No,
guys?
my
Keys
goodness.
and Crows,
you got
man.
Keys and Crows that take good care of us.
There
And,
you
folks,
go.
they are A1 as Young has the soccer ball again, trying to take it to Daly as Daly centers it back to Young. A lot of hard, like I said, we talked about a lot of hard hits, but man, the footwork of these kids,
I agree,
and the skill work
really
that
impressive.
they have is very, very impressive.
Man, what a pass!
As he's going to center it across. Oh, Carrier!
Whoa! Are you kidding me?
Assist to Moore as Moore takes it down from the pass from Daly as he's able to center the soccer ball.
I'm going to tell you, whatever Coach Moss told these guys at halftime,
Tell you,
he needs to bottle that up and tell them every time.
He needs to bottle it up because he did a fantastic,
oh my goodness,
fantastic job as Garrard County has came out quickly. As we were on the offensive in the first half, but Coach, it seems like we've been much more aggressive on the goal.
I think you called it. I mean, it's this end.
It's this end. It's all about the
way
wind,
the wind's blowing,
barometric pressure, kind of how
pressure.
with the sun and the moon is all moving around.
The level field sign.
Level field sign. So it's a lot of stuff going for us. It's kind of the mo. So we get the mo on our side, and obviously Garrard County now leads 2-0 on your Urban Group scoreboard. As waiting now on something, but Southwest Pulaski puts the ball in play, trailing 2-0.
Now, I'll tell you, we've had a lot of players from Garrard County really shine here tonight. So I'll tell you, the Whitaker Bank Player of the Game is going to be a hard decision here.
Oh, yeah, no joke. No joke. As we've had lots of good things going on. And, again, kind of what we talked about with football last week is we had a lot of good stuff happen. We just didn't put any points on the board. But we didn't do that in the first half, but we've came out quick second half. Garrard County with 2 quick goals as Seagraves is going to throw it ahead to Young. I'll tell you, Young, Carrier, Daly, and Moore,
man, nice players,
are fantastic, and especially when you have Jefferson Morgan in the middle, kind of the point guard of the whole deal, as he does an outstanding job.
Well, he told a great story on Coach Moss. So when we have them on here, we're going to have to definitely ask him to retell the story.
Yeah, I would like to hear that. That's for sure.
I don't know where it went. I have to tell you guys.
It went into the ether somewhere.
It did. It's the very first foul on there, and it just kind of disappeared. So
Deborah Combs comes in with the clapping emojis.
Let's go,
she's saying,
Deborah
let's
Combs.
go, GC. As Garrard County now leads 2-0. As the ball is thrown in front of the Garrard County bench. Again, Coach Moss over there is cool as a cucumber as he's just kicked back and just kind of enjoying.
What about our first Southern spotlight? Let's give a spotlight out to Maddie Day.
Maddie Day Lay
had her last
rung the bell
treatment and rang. I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's
I mean,
great.
that almost made me emotional.
Yeah, rung the bell. I saw her this
great,
afternoon and was able to talk to her for a minute, and I would have loved to have been up there, but Maddie Day is just such a warrior. I was out doing a home visit, Coach, today, and I was down in Cartersville, and I came by Maddie's church, and I didn't know it was Maddie's church, but it said on the sign, it said Maddie rung the bell, and it was really cool. And
What
I
a
was
pass!
Oh,
my
great pass to
goodness.
Carrier. It's going to be stopped by Shooter, but I have to admit, it made me smile. It made me smile, and I really enjoyed seeing that.
You know, our superintendent, Dr. Kevin Stoll. I mean, and Dr. Stoll is not one of these that minces words,
right?
And you know, he kind of has shared with Maddie multiple times. You know, that when he grows up, he wants to be Maddie Lake.
That's no doubt.
Just because of how tough that young lady is. You know, the passion that she has. I mean, it just gives me coach chills thinking about it.
Well,
So.
and she helps coach high school basketball, middle school basketball, all that stuff. And there were times where, she was just out of treatment and would come up and show up at practice or show up at a game. And she's coaching. I'm like, what are you doing?
It reminded me a lot of when John Schlarman
yes,
did the
no
same
doubt.
thing at Kentucky.
No doubt. As Moore is ball back in the middle of the field, as Garrett County now is just trying defensively to keep the ball down here at this end. Can't score if it's not down there for Southwestern. All right, Garrett County continues to lead 2-0. Had a little check-in there from Baby Bolin as she was letting me know where she was at. She's hanging out with Emery Martin as Coach Martin's
Emery's
daughter.
great girl.
Yeah, they're
Cassidy
over there.
loves Emery.
They're over there having a big time, and so that's one of the cool things. Speaking of that, Garrett County was very fortunate to all three of our elementary schools with these new playgrounds, and they're fantastic. And the one up here at LES gets a lot of use, obviously, during school, but on games and those kind of things. And, man, it is first class.
Yeah, it's really nice. I cut across it.
Yeah, it's
it's
very nice.
Yeah.
As I had my 3-year-old up here the other night while Emma was in cheerleading practice, and she just thought it was the best thing ever.
Well, Garrett County Schools was fortunate, just like all the other schools probably across the country, in receiving a certain amount of ESSER funds. And, one of the things that Dr. Stoll and our school board members really got together early on and really come up with a vision of, this is probably once in a lifetime kind of money.
Yeah,
and
no
so
doubt.
what can we as a school district do to utilize things that we would never have the opportunity to do again, and have some structures and things like that in place that's going to be long standing after the money's gone.
Love it.
And so Dr. Stoll and the board really worked well together and kind of putting these really nice playgrounds up at each one of our elementary schools.
And it's very sustainable. It's something that's going to be there for a long time. It's something that's very safe and a lot of fun for those kids. 28 minutes to go here in the second half as Garrett County leads Southwest 2-0.
So the ball was out on a Garrett defender on the end line.
Yep,
So
that's bad.
It's a goalie kick.
Goalie kick. Yeah, it's a goalie kick, of course. Because when it goes out on a Garrett defender, it has to be a goalie kick. According to the rules and regulations of the Universal Soccer Federation, if that's something out there, I don't know if that is or
Somebody
not.
Google it.
Hard. Yeah.
Somebody Google it.
Yeah, we got 27 minutes left.
Yeah,
folks.
I got all kinds of stuff going here. I got some other hard-hitting things.
Where's
I
that
wanna-
interview now?
Yeah, we're going to have to put those babies on there. I'll be honest with you, just showing a little bit of my age and being a wimp, I'm a little bit chilly.
I love it.
It is absolutely.
I tell you what, it
it's
makes
a
me
little
think
chilly.
of
Football
It makes me think of football
and chili.
and chili.
Yes.
So here's another thing. I got
All right,
this
let's talk.
is
Come on,
this
let's
is
talk.
awful. And
Let's
folks
talk.
out there, do not be afraid to go ahead and put your thoughts on here, because I know you're going to think like every sensible person like myself. But some guy sitting right next to me that has a speaker in his ear puts potatoes in chili. That is not
Spaghetti and potatoes.
That is not
I'm
chili.
okay with spaghetti.
But that's not
no.
chili.
Don't hate. Hey,
That-
if
if you
never
put-
tried it, don't hate
If
it.
Yeah,
you put
I think it
potatoes,
is.
if you put potatoes in chili, it's vegetable soup.
But you're cooking it with chili beans
No,
and chili seasoning.
but you're doing it wrong. See, that's not chili. So make sure you go ahead and feel free to chime in here and tell
Just say,
Coach
I
Gresham.
love potatoes and chili.
Russell Carrier with the soccer ball going to Christian had the chance to try to head it in and just missed, as it would a good opportunity there for Garrett as more Moore was centering it as Morgan takes a shot from out front and just
You're
a little bit
making me
wide.
hungry now.
Well,
and I'm
we
telling you
got
what,
some
there's
kettle corn over
there's
there.
some tasty
Oh,
food
my
around
goodness.
this place too. By the way,
There is some tasty food, but it does make me a little chilly, and I agree with you. It does make me want some soup. That wouldn't be.
I want some chili with potatoes and spaghetti.
That's potato. That's potatoes.
Listen, you put potatoes in your
that's
chili.
vegetable soup.
pineapples.
Where's
No,
that?
no, only on the pizza.
Where's
and then
that?
you put a lot of Tabasco sauce in
No,
your
yeah, I'm
chili.
with you there. Where's this referee? Come here, referee. I'm going to ask you what you think about this.
Get him over here.
Can you call him over here? Guys, we got a hard-hitting question for this referee over
I
here.
mean, folks, we've broadcast college basketball games before. And
We
this
have.
has been a heated topic
Always.
on a college basketball
it's
broadcast.
always a big topic. Here's another topic. Why do these referees in soccer, and you see it all, they wear these really bright colors. Of all the officials in all sports, they are the most fashionable.
They want to stand out.
They do. They're most fashionable. They win the fashion award with the colors. As Young is going to try to center it. It's going to be knocked out of bounds.
It's going to be a what?
It's going to be a goal kick, a corner kick.
Oh,
there you go,
he's on a
Jonathan
heater.
Goldman. I'm it, man. I've got it. I got it. As we're going to have a substitute in for Southwest, as he's waiting to be back into the game.
I will tell you the tailgate menu for Saturday.
I'm ready.
Got barbecue.
Ooh, yeah.
So we have macaroni and cheese with pepper jack cheese.
Yep. Mercy.
Have cowboy beans.
Oh, mercy.
With baked beans with a hamburger and green peppers.
Man, stop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Got some
What's
cookies.
for dessert?
Got some cookies from Sam's Club. We're kind of light on dessert.
That's all right. Well,
Yeah.
you don't
More
need dessert.
barbecue.
when
Well,
you
if you
have
can't
barbecue.
get full on that menu,
Yeah, it's your own fault.
yeah.
That's definitely your
I
own
don't know
fault.
if you need the cookies.
Morgan back to Meade. As Meade is throwing it up the sideline to Wilson.
And if you're up at the UK game, I'm at the UK Good Barn, and
Come
I'll
by
be
and
in
see.
a blue bus.
Seriously, we'll be in a blue bus.
It says CATS on the outside. It's hard to miss us.
Hard to miss you. If you can't find them, just be quiet and you'll listen for them.
The sound system's ridiculous.
You'll be able to hear them as Coach Gresham and his good friends will be up there. As it'll be great to see.
We have Grove Street Party on just repeat.
Nah, man,
Yep.
that makes me want to ready for UK football as Kentucky will take on my alma mater, your alma mater,
2
part of your
degrees
alma
from
mater.
EKU.
Mine too.
Heck yeah. So
It's a
you know,
triple,
basically the Harvard of the South will be
yeah.
playing Kentucky and Eastern Kentucky
Academic elite
University.
institution.
It really
Yeah.
is. I don't like to brag, but it is what it is.
It means something when you graduate from EKU.
It just means more.
First and second street diploma.
It just means more. Garrett
The
County,
DOG.
Garrett County continues to lead 2-0 here on your Urban Group scoreboard with 23 minutes to go here, approximately, give or take 3 minutes in the soccer game. As again, Coach, I've said this many times, but Garrett County, being up 2-0, has possessed the soccer ball probably 80% of the game.
Yeah, I agree with that.
On their end of the field. And a lot of times it's not even on their end of the field. It's like way down on their
like
end
shots
of the field.
on goal. Corners and shots on goal. It's been on this side of the field almost the whole entire game, whole entire match for Garrett County.
So just a breaking news here. Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow agrees to $275 million
He's worth every bit of
extension. He makes him the highest paid player in NFL history. Can you believe that?
That's something Dr. Stoll and I have had daily conversations about is when will the Bengals sign him to a long-term deal.
They just did. So that and being on my fantasy team are probably the two best things that's happened
You
to
got
him.
him on your fantasy team?
Well, on my other league.
I got you.
I got him on my other league with the other fellas. So
in our fantasy league, who got this week?
So I've got Sheriff Skeens. And I don't know. I mean, I think next year I'm going to put in that we still do it online, but we do it live wherever we're at.
Yeah.
Because I've got like 14 tight ends. I mean, it's the darndest thing I've ever seen. Everybody I've got good ones, I got bad ones, I got some that are hurt. I got tight end university. So I got to figure out how to get some other stuff going on there. As 22 minutes to go here in this contest, as Garrett County trying to hang on here to a 2-0 lead on your Urban Group scoreboard. As Coach Moss just cool as the other side of the pillow, sitting over there watching his hands in his pocket. And, I always watch coaches because, just to see their actions. And you can see and you can tell when a coach is, that's going to be a shot from long range. as you can always tell when coaches are very confident, they feel very good in their team and how they're coached, and you can tell that. Coach Moss has
he's a real confident
coaches with he's very level-headed and does an excellent job, and he's somebody that you would love to have your kids play for, as that one's going to sail just a bit outside, as that will be a soccer ball that's going to end up down there close to the softball field.
My truck's down there now.
Boy, is it really? Yeah, you better be careful. Better be careful. Here comes one back into play as Southwest will put it into play as Jonathan Goldman will be throwing it in for the Warriors as he throws it in to teammate there, number 20, which we do not have on the roster, but I'm sure he's a great guy. Garrett County trying to put the soccer ball back on his other side as offensively Hunter Lewis is going to try to get a shot on goal as I can't see. That's Clayton Whitworth. I believe that's what. No, that's Moore.
I tell you, Garrett County's a really disciplined team, Scott. It looked like Southwestern was going to have a shot on, have the ability to kind of put some pressure on Garrett County, have a shot on goal.
Oof.
And the Garrett County's defense was exactly where it needed to be.
As we're going to have a whistle, which I don't know what you call it, but it's basically going to be Southwest ball.
It's a foul on Garrett, free kick for Southwestern.
Can you foul out? Can you get
cannot foul out.
You can't foul
unless you get 2 red cards.
Yeah, red cards.
I'm sorry, 1 red card, 2 yellows.
2 yellows. That's bad. I don't know what it means, but it's bad. You got to do something bad. Felt like a technical, I guess, in basketball, or a personal foul, I guess, in football.
Do you think whoever come up with the color red was an anti-Louisville fan?
Yes,
because you get a red card, you get thrown out.
They always figure,
come on.
red cards mean,
like
things,
you're out of here.
Things aren't going well.
Yeah,
and so if you think of things aren't going well, you think of Louisville athletics.
That's kind of the first thing I think.
I mean, it kind of works all hand in hand. Hand in hand in cahoots together. Speaking of Louisville, our good friend and assistant coach of the girls basketball team, Elijah McPherson, had a big week.
Elijah's my lone friend out
First
there.
Southern Spotlight
community member, as Elijah is a friend to all of us, works at the county attorney's office, also volunteers this time with middle school and high school girls basketball and Coach Evan Preston's staff. And he got his license this week, folks. I'm so proud of him.
So proud of him.
As watch out, as he'll be, when Dairy Queen opens up, he'll be getting blizzards.
Oh, yeah.
As it won't be long.
I'm proud of Elijah.
Yeah, very proud of him, as it's a big week for Elijah.
It's one of those things. I mean, in 25 years, being blessed to have a lot of kids kind of come through our school system. And I'm going to tell you, and I tell him this all the time, Elijah ranks at the very top of the list. I mean, he's one of my favorite kids
100%.
That we were blessed to kind of have the opportunity to kind of get to know and kind of work with. And I tell you, I'm so proud of Elijah. Went through some turmoil. His dad, David's, had some health issues, and thankfully now David's doing much better. So great family. So happy for Elijah.
Big week for Elijah. Garrett County leads 2-0 here with 18 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this contest on your Irvin Group scoreboard. And it is approaching Coach Boland's bedtime, but not quite there. But it is approaching that time.
Jeff, you want an update on Louisville, or are you taping it?
Are they playing football tonight?
If you got to record Murray State, you shouldn't give your turn or anything.
Are they
give me an update.
They're playing football tonight?
Louisville's up 21-0.
Yeah, there you go.
3 minutes and 24 seconds left in the second quarter.
Red Rage.
Were they playing Frederick Douglass?
Yeah, Frederick Douglass.
No, that's who Kentucky plays.
Oh,
so you better
I
be
gotcha.
Hey, that's who Kentucky will play at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Southwest Pulaski trying to, unsuccessfully to get that soccer ball down at the other end of the field as Martin's going to be able to clear.
Just so well spaced out.
They really
so
are.
Disciplined. Southwestern just really doesn't have the ball to do a lot. If they get possession of the ball.
Christian Martinez is he's a good addition to this team. Last year was his first year with Garrett County. He does an outstanding job. Very skilled young man. And the thing I'm sure Coach Moss has talked to him about, being up 2-0, you're still aggressive.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't have to be ultra aggressive. Now you're going to be patient, take what they give you type of deal. And as long as that clock is continuing to roll and the soccer ball is on the other side, it's still there.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt about it. So it's one of those things. It's nice to kind of, you do definitely want to kind of have the clock.
Sorry, I've been on you guys way too long. Wow.
Sorry about that. As he was filming the game. I just saw a comment asking if the game was still on, but yes,
Sorry,
Jeff was
guys.
watching the game, but did not watch the thing. I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to watch
I was looking for that file that we all lost, and I got distracted.
Sorry, Tim. That is our
on
fault.
us.
Margaret Burton chimes in, says Dairy Queen's to open in November.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
What's your favorite blizzard?
Well, so that's a good call. So I heard the other day that #1 national blizzard was, I can't remember, Oreo maybe? I think it was Oreo. They were talking about it on KSR.
Oreo. I like Oreo.
I like Oreo probably, or Heath Bar. I like Heath Bar.
Oh, man.
Lots of those things. You can look at my frame and know that I'm a big fan of blizzards. And really, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so we'll get back to that game here in just a second. I apologize that we kind of got distracted. 17 minutes to go here in this contest. A shot on goal is going to be tipped out of bounds by Shooter. Shooter looks like he might have cramped up there. Or
tell you what, Garrett County's been really aggressive and really put a lot of shots on goal here. Shooter has had a lot of opportunities to kind of make some stops for Southwestern.
Ball going to be put into play by Jefferson Morgan.
Corner kick
as Garrett County continues to lead on your Urban Group scoreboard 2-0. As ball's going to be headed out by Southwestern. Carrier picks it up, but takes off the other end as it's going to be a foot race. Caleb Meade to it first. As you're right, Coach, you can tell both teams are very aggressive, but Garrett County just seems to be very poised, very much in control. As Seagraves goes down, as that's going to be a foul on Southwestern.
Foul on Southwestern, ended up being a free kick for Garrett County.
Clayton Whitworth into the ball game for the Golden Lions. Number 7. As it looks like Seagraves or Morgan will be putting the ball into play. It's going to be Morgan putting the ball into play for the Golden Lions. 14 minutes and 35 seconds to go. As building a wall is Southwest Pulaski.
So you got to be at least 10 feet from the ball to build that wall.
I don't want to be a lot more than that. As they try to jump up to hit the ball.
You definitely got to be brave to do that.
Yes, no doubt about it. That takes me out. I am 100% out. Southwest Pulaski continuing to try to put points on the board against this Garrett County defense. And they've done an outstanding job tonight as Wilson is going to try to track down the soccer ball right in front of Coach Moss and staff. As Sullivan into the game for the Golden Lions, as that is Ben Sullivan.
Oh, Camp Dick Kid.
Yeah, Camp Dick Kid, which is his dad and uncle were football players and baseball players, and Benjamin has been playing soccer for a long, long time. Very aggressive young man, does a really, really good job as he is a junior. Here goes Whitworth up the sideline as he's in a foot race.
Man,
He's
what a
gonna clear,
pass.
really nice job. And then, one of the things we haven't had a chance to talk about.
Goodness.
Thing we haven't had a chance to talk about, Coach, is how deep this team is.
Oh, I agree.
They continue just to roll guys in here that can play, time after time. Devin Underwood checking in, said, keep going,
Devin.
boys.
Former Garrett County player.
Former Garrett County player, Garrett County alum. Has 13 minutes on the nose to go here in this contest. This ball is going to be cleared out as that is Woods Martin is back there to get the ball, as well as Matthew Sloan, and that will be a foul on Sloan.
Man, was that in the goal? Was that in the goal
I can't
box?
tell.
It's
I
going to be
can't
close.
tell. He's reaching to his pocket, as Mr. Referee is.
He got a yellow card.
What's the yellow card for? Because it was in the box? I'm not sure. As Captain Morgan is going to check in just to talk to the referee, just to make sure.
Yeah, so it wasn't in the goalie box.
That's good. So yellow card means something the referee didn't like.
He said it was an excessive foul.
Well, we just disagree with him on that.
I don't think the Garrett sideline agrees.
Yeah, I don't agree with that whatsoever. Coach Moss even made his way down the sideline to offer his opinion, as number 6, Levi Harris, is going to take a shot for Southwestern.
It's a big opportunity here for Southwestern.
Big opportunity as Slade Skeens is poised and ready in the net. As Slade has had a couple of really nice saves tonight, but has not had too much action, as fortunately the ball hasn't been on his end a tremendous amount of time.
Good job by Chase Wilson there for Garrett County, just be able to kind of clear the ball, kick it out of bounds, and kind of reset the defense for Garrett County.
We've got 2 or 3 kids on this team that they would win awards on the all-hair team. They got some great
I love the hair.
Yeah, they got some great. Makes me jealous, to be honest. I can't grow hair. Even if I had a chia pet, it just wouldn't work out. As 11 minutes, 45 seconds to go here in this contest. Garrett County continues to lead 2-0. Heads up Fort, as that one is going to go into the press box. No, the Patriot, McKinley Daly with another save.
He's got
the Patriot. Fred the Patriot.
No, Fred has graduated
to the
now
Patriot.
Now it's
Yeah,
Patriot.
man.
Yeah.
As I can't see exactly where it's at, but Southwest within the far corner, trying to clear the ball to the middle and goes out of bounds. Garrett County.
I mean, man, there is some physical play out there on the pitch here tonight between these two teams.
Definitely not for the faint of heart if you're going to go out there tonight, because both of these teams are very competitive, very physical, and do not mind mixing it up in the least. I was not prepared for the amount of physicality that we've seen tonight from both of these teams, really. As the ball is going to be blocked by Garrard County.
Good job with that wall right there. And I mean, in all seriousness, it's courageous. You gotta have a lot of courage to sit there and let the ball kind of be kicked right at you.
I mean, kid's kicking as hard as he can.
Oh yeah,
and you're just going to stand there. So that does make it really tough. As Zach Daly back into the ball game for the Golden Lions. As you know, that is quite a weapon that Coach Moss has over there. Is he has the ability to run multiple guys in and keep them fresh. And tonight is not a particularly hot night, but on nights where heat is an issue, that's a big weapon to be able to roll those guys in and keep them as fresh as possible.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, folks, really talented team here. Garrett County is blessed to have a really, really talented team.
Again, Garrett County 5-2 on the year, 3-1 in the region, 1-0 in the district, as they were able to knock off Lincoln County 3-2 just a couple weeks ago to take a 1-0 record into district play.
One of the things I meant to mention at halftime, but our friend Jeff Moss. I mean, Jeff loves Garrett County, really gives back to our community. We're blessed to have him as a family court judge. But man, he's here running the score clock, and he's the PA announcer, and I know his son is the head coach. But, folks, he does that for softball too.
No doubt.
So, I mean, Jeff and his family, man, they love Garrett County. We're just kind of blessed to have people like Jeff to kind of help and be a part of everything.
Helps us out on the network, too.
He does.
He does a great job.
Does a great job.
He was looking at you. He was looking for you before the game.
Well, I can assure you, he would have done. I would not have done as good a job as he has running the clock, but he would have done a much better job broadcasting a soccer event, without a doubt.
He probably would have wanted to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers.
He would have talked about the Steelers.
So
he's probably still mad that they let go. They let go Benny Snell, didn't they, last year?
Right. Oh, yeah.
That was unfortunate. Hate to see that. I got some neighbors, Brian Yates, and then folks in Coach Run, that they're big-time Steelers fans as well. As tonight opens up the NFL season.
Oh yeah.
The NFL season.
The Chiefs and the Lions.
Yeah, if you were in certain places in Garrett County, in Kentucky, you could have made a wager today legally in Kentucky. So lots of activity going on. Again, the Garrett County Golden Lions take on the Briar Jumpers of Somerset tomorrow night in Somerset, as it'll be a 7:30 kickoff. If you can make it down there with us, go down there and help us root on Coach Crutchfield and his Lions. If not, we'll be taking there about 7 o'clock here on Main Street Media and Golden Lions Sports Network. As we have guests tomorrow night, Coach, have you already lined us up some guests?
Working on it.
Working on it. To be
determined.
So we were talking about pineapples aren't good on pizza, but what would be your favorite? What would be your favorite topping on a pizza?
I mean, I just want it all meat, like an all
I kind of
meat
too,
pizza.
but I'm more of I like sausage for some reason, man. I like sausage, bacon.
Bacon. I just want everything, like all meat.
Bacon's really good.
Yeah,
no
vegetables.
Pineapples. Pineapples is awful.
I want ham, pineapples, and jalapenos.
Oh, now I like
jalapenos.
jalapenos.
I
like
like
jalapenos.
that sweet and that spicy
And I like
together.
mushrooms. I'm a big
Oh, I love
mushroom guy.
mushrooms.
Big mushroom guy, but just no pineapples. I can't believe that somebody would do something like that. Oh, my
here we
goodness.
go.
Get in there.
Oh,
it's a header.
Man.
Oh,
My
man.
goodness.
As that was a header by Christian Martinez that had just hit the top. That's going to be a shot on goal from Seagraves. It just goes a little bit wide.
I tell you, Shooter has been really active.
He has.
In the goal for Southwestern.
Without a doubt, as he is.
He does have a number on the back of his jersey.
Well, I can't ever see it. He's always facing us.
Yeah.
Can you tell him to go turn around?
Yeah.
If you could just kind of give him the spin around.
Just help us out.
Yeah, just help us out. Help a brother out here just a little bit. As ball is going to be stolen that time by Morgan. As he's on the attack for the goal lines, as he will center it to Daly, and Daly stops it. Zach Daly.
Oh my goodness!
on the assist from Jefferson Morgan, as Garrett County now takes the lead 3-0 on your Urban Group scoreboard. 6 minutes and 22 seconds to go here in this contest.
Tell you what, Zach's a talented young man. You know, a great opportunity there. Kind of had a nice shot on goal and just put it in the net for Garrett County.
Tomorrow night, Zach will be in a uniform of a different fashion, as he will be the place kicker and kicker for the Garrett County Golden Lions. As into the game for the Golden Lions is going to be number 13, Braden Pointer. Sullivan still in the game. Wilson, Meade, Seagraves, Moore, Martin. Trying to see us. Daly, Morgan, and Skeens. I believe Skeens is still in the goal. Yeah, Skeens is still a keeper.
You know, that last goal looked like it really took the wind out of the sails for Southwestern.
It did, no doubt about it. As Daly was able to punch it in from about 25 feet. And anytime that Daly gets a chance to kind of size it up and take a two-step approach on it.
Oh, my goodness. Strong leg.
Strong leg. He's going to be hard to handle. 3-0 is your Urban Group scoreboard with 5:36 to go here at the Garrett County, the pitch here at Level Field, as Garrett County continues on their quest to get to 6-2 on tonight's contest. With a win on tonight's contest, as Carrier back to midfield as he tried to come back in, as well as Jackson Kearney will make his first appearance on the night.
Good seeing Garrett County kind of being able to kind of work some of these younger kids.
Oh, no doubt.
Well.
You know,
nothing like varsity minutes.
And like they said earlier, they were talking about JV team had a really nice win earlier as they played at 6 o'clock. Jackson Kearney was the keeper for that contest and that win. Tucker Vault chiming in saying great goal. And, buddy, it's always good to play with a lead, without a doubt, as Braden and Sullivan were pressing up on the soccer ball. As Daly now on the offensive, as he's trying to take it to the center. This ball be knocked out of bounds. Is this going to be a corner kick?
Oh, man.
Bones
is learning some soccer.
Yeah, I'm learning soccer, man. What is the referee name in there? He just kind of made like an X sign. What's that mean?
I think it means he wanted the clock to stop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Scott, you going to dress a little warmer tomorrow night?
So is it? What's the forecast here? Is
maybe a degree so cooler tomorrow night about the same time.
Definitely dressing warmer.
About the same.
We'll be quite a bit south, so
closer to the sun. Yeah,
well, it's Lake Cumberland. All the wind coming off the lake.
We'll be a fraction closer to the equator tomorrow night than we are tonight, but I don't know how much that's going to make. Once you get up on top of Hall's Gap, folks, all things are off. All bets are off.
Back in the day, old Hall's Gap.
Hall's Gap Hill, baby. You just never know.
That calzone keep you warm.
Yeah, I bet it will.
Well, that press box, it's right in the sun early on, and it gets a little bit toasty up there. So,
It sure will. This will be the first time I've seen a football game at Somerset. Believe it or not. Played a lot of baseball games there right next door.
It's a beautiful field.
Young is going to be taken down. I was going to say to no whistle, but a whistle. Nonetheless, as Young will have the soccer ball in place where he will defer to Morgan.
I tell you, Coach, looking at the Whitaker Bank player of the game, man, I tell you, a lot of individuals kind of stand out for Garrard County. Looks like Garrard County is going to be fortunate enough to come out of this game with a win. And I tell you, I'm having a hard time deciding.
Oh, no doubt.
I think we have co-players.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think Russell Carrier has had a whale of a game. Man, I think Alex Young. I mean, he had a shot on goal.
Yes, he did. Absolutely.
And man, he's been really aggressive. And I tell you, Jefferson Morgan's kind of been in the thick of everything that's happened.
He's kind of the point guard.
Well. He is kind of the point guard. So I think we kind of have a trio of Whitaker Bank players of the game here tonight.
And another one of their players in Zach Daly was player of the game in football.
Oh, yeah.
Well, our first game of the year.
So 2 big field goals and an extra point.
Another stop by Skeens. That time it was a little bit slower, and he didn't have to worry as much.
So let's make this official. Your Whitaker Bank player of the game here tonight. We're going to name a trio: Russell Carrier, Alex Young, and Jefferson Morgan.
Congratulations to those fellas. Your check's in the mail. And be expecting it. It's a big check. I'm not sure exactly when it's coming.
Wendy's
$5 gift card to Dairy Queen. It's a Dairy Queen to whenever it opens up here. McKinley Daly will take you out.
Say, Jeff's best friend, Matt Jones, sent those
That's
Wendy's
true.
gift cards.
Wendy's gift card. It will be mailed out to you as soon as possible.
I mean, just text Ryan Lemon.
2 minutes.
Everybody's got his number.
Everybody's got his number. He was worried about it today. I've listened to it after work that he wants his new phone, but he wants to keep that number. He said, I'd be changing numbers if I was Ryan. Just under 2 minutes to go as Garrard County continues with a 3-0 lead, as that's going to be a handball on Garrard County. Ball will be over to Southwest Pulaski. As it has been a beautiful night for soccer. It's going to make it even better. Garrard County comes out of here with a victory tonight as, again, here on level field. And if you didn't get the chance to join us at the opening, you can go back and just to hear the history of level field and why it is level or how it became level field. It's a really, really cool story.
Really cool and unique story.
Thank you to Mr. Joe Level for bringing that to our attention and something that had kind of went by the wayside in the transition of moving fields and whatnot in the 60s and 70s. And so we're so excited to be able to show that legacy and to continue that legacy here as we continue to go here. So 1 minute to go here in this contest. Garrard County continues to lead 3-0.
So I tell you, Bones Bowling, we got some upset parents here.
Let's do it.
So they heard you say you're going to take your shirt off when we scored a goal.
Well,
I was asking what's going on.
Well, the temperature dropped rapidly. If the temperature dropped rapidly, or I was going to slide right. You know how you slide on your knees and you go out through there. But I don't.
Hey, if you did that,
I'd have an ACL tore.
Yeah, you'd be off work tomorrow.
I'd be off work for a long time. Forget tomorrow. I'd still be on. Dr. Stoll come to school tomorrow. I'd still be out there in the field. I wouldn't be able to. It'd be bad.
Got a player down from Southwestern.
You got a player down. I can't.
Yeah, I think maybe it's just some cramps or kind of fatigue kind of setting in.
That's right. So we were talking.
Soccer ball.
We were talking to Mr. Young earlier, and we were talking about just the passion that these places have when they go, overseas, and they had the opportunity to go and see some really cool things. And
unbelievable story.
Really, really neat.
Cool story.
Really, really neat and wonderful opportunity. And with that, I believe that is going to bring us to the end of the contest, and that's the horn, and also the whistles confirm that is the end of tonight's soccer contest here at Level Field. Garrard County comes out 3-0, folks, and victorious here on Main Street Media. Jeff, Caleb, Scott, we enjoyed it bringing it to you tonight. Folks, we will be back on the air approximately 7 o'clock tomorrow night.
About 22 hours.
Here about 22 hours, and I can't wait as the Patriot Fred Daly is coming in this way, folks. We will talk to you soon. This has been Garrard County Soccer here on the Golden Lion Sports Network from the Countryside BP Studios. God bless, and go Garrard County.
Bob Allen is Danville's Dealmaker. Save more on Bob Allen's winning selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Shop on lot or online at BobAllenMotorMall.com. Bob Allen is a proud supporter of Golden Lions football.
Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank understands family, tradition, community mean just a little bit more around here. You can see it and hear it. And that's why we take so much pride in what we do. Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank. Your hometown friends, your hometown bank.
Every fan knows the home team's responsibility is to protect the house. Protect the house. And while you're at it,
car and business, family and life. See what our home team can do for you. Hunt Insurance Agency.
2 locations, Lancaster and Lexington.
Are piles of paper cluttering your office? Old hard drives holding sensitive data? Let DocuBit come to the rescue. We're the trusted local experts in paper and hard drive destruction. Visit docubit.com for more information.
At Farmers National Bank, we understand the unique needs of our community, whether personal banking, business banking, or agriculture. We're here with you every step of the way, enhancing lives and empowering communities. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank.
Danville Office Equipment is proud to be the area's premier partner in providing office solutions and supplies. From businesses, schools, to home offices, we take pride in helping our neighbors be more productive. Danville Office Equipment, Danville, Lebanon, and Somerset.
Friendly service from people you know. That's Sutton Pharmacy. We offer prescription management, preventative vaccinations, even local delivery. Just a few of the ways we work to keep our hometown healthy. Caring for our community, one patient at a time. That's Sutton Pharmacy.
Hey, I'm Micah Wade. I'm a lender at First Southern National Bank in Lancaster. I'm excited to serve the Garrard County community. Good luck to all of our athletes this season. Go Lions.
Since 1967, Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers have helped folks with their farms, commercial property, auction needs, and of course, dream homes.
The Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers. No one sells it better.
Buy local, eat well at Marksberry Farm. From our restaurant, butcher shop to our wholesale meat sales, our passion for healthy food and environmental stewardship shows in everything we do. Come taste for yourself or shop online. See our story at marksberryfarm.com.
Get to know your Garrard County Health Department. We are so much more than just clinical services. From health education, referrals, environmental health testing, emergency preparedness, and our HANDS program helps parents nurture healthy children, ensuring a healthy community. Learn more at garrardhealth.org.
We are
your friends and neighbors.
We live,
work,
and play here.
We offer modern banking.
With personal service
you've come to know.
We are
Whitaker Bank.
We are GC.